Yo.
Waiting for you, bro.
What's good?
Because YouTube.
Good?
Yeah, man. All right, man. Chill out, bro.
Sorry.
Straight out the gate.
I don't want that flag from Universal Music, whatever, innit?
No, man.
Blah.
It gets edited, bro.
Oh, come on. Oh, sorry.
It gets edited.
Sorry.
Bro.
Professional.
Yeah.
It's my first time, guys.
Gripping the mic like that.
Hey.
Out of fear.
Hey, yo.
That's early,
Can
man.
we all just relax? Can we relax?
We can.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gripping the mic is kind of mad.
Can we just calm down?
After your performance last week,
What?
you had bare AOs.
Oh, Chrissy.
Oh, did me?
Yeah.
Maybe you just need to get your mind out the gutter.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah?
because she sat
Listen
beside
back.
me this week, I got her back.
Fair enough. Oh, when she's here, that's your up.
Yeah, no, because I got the John Motson mic as well. Like, I'm just ready, bro. look at us, poised, bro. Everyone got to remember this week. All black and that. You're ready, man.
Yeah.
Yes, for real.
Almost.
I'm not the only person wearing jeans as well. I love it.
We'll talk about you later, man. You can't really do AOs with Chris though, and women in general, man. That's kind of forcing it, really.
Really?
Yeah.
Forced it.
I want us to have like a Y-friendly, like, this is not really our thing anyway.
Yeah, but sometimes, it adds to the.
Je ne sais quoi, that, yeah. I hear it. How's everyone doing?
Great, thanks. How are you, Fola?
I'm really good.
I'm good.
You usually say my full name like when I've done something wrong and that, like.
No, it's all about the flavour behind the name, but that was a good one.
What's the flavour behind Fols?
No, like, how was your day, Fola?
That was a leading question.
That's fine. No.
Look at Vaz's face. Because he's so immature, yeah.
So, grow up.
Hey, man. I'm here to have fun.
Okay.
We are indeed, man. But hashtag off the cuff pod.
Come on.
A good, honest conversation never hurt anyone.
Yes.
If you're listening for the first week, I go by the name of Fols Forever.
I'm Mr. Vans.
Shouts out to the Chrissy Hive.
Chrissy Hive.
Hi.
She's right with us, the Blonde Bombshell.
Big Riz.
Here we go. Anything else?
No, that's.
Do you want to give yourself any other AKs?
Honestly, that's.
This is why I start being stubborn in that. No,
She's
stop.
not too much on me.
Yeah, that's fine.
You don't want any more AKs?
Big Riz, woo.
Yeah, accolades.
Yeah.
And Chris is so shy, you know. It's
Can we
hilarious.
introduce our guest, please?
Wow.
We're gonna get there, man. We're just building up to it, man. Come on, crescendo things,
Do you know what I
man.
mean?
We're joined by our brother,
Yes, family in the room.
Yes.
Money Mikes. Can we go with that?
Mike Money.
No, don't do that.
don't-
Man. Don't do that. HMRC's listening, don't do that.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Group chat,
yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, so it's Michael, CEO of Pocket POC IT, career and media platform for POC and tech, and one half of the Techish podcast.
Come on.
Professional right there, you know.
dear.
Yeah, this is my first time.
Oh, we do pop pounds, yeah?
Because isn't that what you're
You
trying
got
to
one
do?
job, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah.
What the hell,
Sorry,
man?
Bare malfunction.
There you go, man.
It's not
For
my first
guy.
time on the show though, man. So I'm saying it's spread out, but it's my third time, I think. At least.
Family, innit?
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me like that?
It was right there. It was right there.
Can we be mature, please?
No, it was actually.
It won't be this time.
And me Vaz didn't do anything.
Oh, was there a pause-worthy moment?
No,
What
we
did I
don't.
say?
No, we
What did
don't.
I say?
You didn't do
Hey, yo.
anything, bro. Man,
Hey, yo.
Spread out.
Okay.
that's crazy, man. Can you look chill out?
Damn, you man are in the gutter for
Wow.
real. Flipping off.
Wow.
This is a clip they're going to use on Shade Bar on that one day. I'm still waiting for the one day we're involved in like a little scandal on that because
Why are
everyone
you
gets
waiting
it.
on that?
Because at least, okay, we got it out of the way.
Vans' apartheid rhythm.
No, don't
should
bring
have
it
been
back
there.
up.
It should have been there. I might even send it in.
You laughed.
Joint Enterprises, bro.
In disgust. In fear. In shock.
Bro, we've got the clip, bro. We've got the visuals
You
of
laughed
you
in
bobbing your
fear.
head in that.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I was
In
terrified.
disgust and fear.
I was shocked. I couldn't believe that such a upstanding member
Commit
of
to it,
society
upstanding, commit
would
to
say
it.
something like that. I thought you were better than that, but
You know what's so
What did you
funny
say?
in
I'm
that?
lost, man. What did you say?
I didn't say anything
What
that
did you
crazy.
say?
I was just referring to Danky Sounds, and we was talking about songs of the summer.
Okay.
So what's it?
how's it go?
Nika, Nika. That's the song, innit?
Yeah.
And Vans, according to him, I think that he thinks there's another word he could use for that instead, innit? But yeah, go watch the clip in it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to catch up on my off the cuff pod.
Yeah, it was funny when he dropped, man. Yeah, Chrissy, don't do that, man. Can we all be on one accord? We've got a guest this week, man. Can we act like a happy family now in front of a guest today? I know Mike's family, but like,
So happy.
Yeah.
I'm extended family.
you know, your cousins come over and that, like, because when he goes to his house and that, and he tells us about our house and that.
Okay,
Come on,
no.
we need to be on one page here, guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're here, man.
Absolutely.
But thanks for joining us. I love that I was giving you the intro and that man just reeled it off quickly. That's a professional right there, man.
Yeah.
Shouts out to you. You know, I was going to wait, but we can do it nice and early.
Let's go.
There is a good reason for you to be here, other than seeing us, because I know you miss us.
Of course, apart from that, you know what I'm saying? Come forward.
There you go. You got some a nice announcement for listeners.
Yes, I do. So my podcast, Techish, which is a tech and pop culture podcast. So we talk about crypto, ChatGPT, and Cardi B all in one episode. We've got a live show coming up October 25th. It's going to be me and my co-host Abadesi, who's a Nigerian Filipino entrepreneur in her own right, doing her thing.
What a mix.
And it's going to be,
that.
man said, what a mix. Bloody hell, pause. Anyways.
It's not
I didn't pause wrong there, innit?
No, it's just more like Nigerian men go everywhere. That's why I say what a mix, isn't it? Because every corner of this world, you find a Nigerian man somewhere, innit?
Fair dues.
Yeah.
Yeah, so live show October 25th. The tickets are out there selling fast. And I got a discount code for Off the Cuff listeners. You can put it in show notes. I haven't created it yet, but it will be 10% off for the Off the Cuff listeners.
Love that.
So,
hear that?
So if you rock with us, this is our guy, rock with him as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. And, you know, like,
to you there.
Techish is an amazing podcast. So,
Yeah.
you know, I implore everyone to go and check it out.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, it's not every day who sits in the front seat, your mum or your girl, and that. Listen to Techish.
We do that too, though.
No, bro. I'm doing some promo for you here, bro. Let me cook in it.
Yeah, like,
But
rise out.
We give the sugar and the medicine together in it. So we'll do that, and then we'll talk about something, you know what I mean, that can
Salacious
and
egregious.
career worthy.
No, you'll always find something relatable, because there's one clip on your TikTok that I find hilarious where you guys are talking about the people in tech that ruined it with the whole
the whole day in your life trend,
day in your life
basically.
stuff,
Yes,
Central C vibes, day in your life.
yes. So there was
Yeah.
a whole content trend where people were basically showing what it's like to work in tech, software engineer.
Yeah.
And it was looking a bit too cushy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They were working from home. A lot of the content that they were doing, it was like, I'm going to the gym, I'm getting a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Feeding their dog,
feeding
like,
their
bit of
dog.
yoga
And it was
at 3
like,
o'clock.
yeah, yoga.
Making
And it was
himself
like,
dinner.
is any work getting done? And then obviously now with the economy not really what it once was, there's a
Yeah.
lot more like get to the office. You know, there's layoffs now in tech. It's not as hot as sexy.
It's all about productivity now,
Yeah,
innit?
so everyone's like, you lot kind of ruined it, because obviously executives are on TikTok too. The people that own the companies are watching. They're thinking,
They got kids.
You lot need to come into the office. Like, this is, you lot taking a piss. So the whole TikTok that went semi-viral was just like, yeah, did they kind of bait out the spot for everyone else, basically? Yeah.
But yeah.
Do you think they did?
I think it would happen either way. I think they would have got us back into the offices one way or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
It goes back to what I was saying last week. Like, we know too much about each other.
That's what it is.
Like,
Yeah.
why do I need to know, like, what you're doing in your yard?
The thing is as well, people that were doing those kind of TikToks or reels, they're on good money. Especially in America, they could be on 6 figures plus, and you're just doing it for a little bit of social media clout.
They say they don't need it.
You don't need it.
Yeah.
And the likelihood of you becoming a successful influencer creator is not super high compared to the solid job that you've got. So for a bit of attention, for potential extra shekels, you went and just baited out your whole job. Like,
Yeah.
like, why?
But it just shows that even people that you like to think are comfortable, because
Yeah.
you don't know what everyone's got going on truly, but
Yeah.
even people that are comfortable, just that attention, like,
Yeah, look at someone like, for
disease.
example, like Stephen Bartlett. He sold his company for millions, but what was the thing that he wanted to do as soon as he sold his company? Content creator, I want to be out there.
hey, Steven, you're clogging up the lane, man. Nah, man.
I'm not hating, he's a good, he's good
No,
at what he
he's
does.
good, but it's like, I'm like, brother, anytime I see those people, because your thing's legitimized because of who you are in business, so you can get a certain type of guest on. And as you grow and grow, you're going to get people from all walks of life now because of your notoriety and the people you've had on previously. So yeah, man, get out of the lane, man. You're
listen,
clogging up the lane, man.
Come out of the way.
Their trailers are on point though, I can't lie.
It's
You ever
cold,
seen
man.
it? It's du-du-dum. And
No,
it'll be like,
this
tell me about the time
this
your
bit
mum
here
died.
is sponsored by hate. Like I was watching.
You know what? Yeah.
I'm appreciating
Yeah.
the hustle though, I respect
Oh,
it.
yeah, bruv, he's been trapping Huel like his Have you tried Huel? And I hear it though, bro.
Yeah.
But you can also see like what with the right level of production, what something can truly look like.
possible.
Because I was watching the Asher D episode, which is really good. And I'm like halfway through the Nick Cannon one. Which is,
I swear.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'm saying, like, in terms of ways, like from where he's coming from in terms of business, you're getting Nick Cannon. You got different people from all different walks of life, innit? So,
Yeah, I mean, he ventures into sports as well. He did
Of course.
Ivan Toney the other day.
yeah. That was the first time he's spoken properly since the whole thing.
Since the whole betting thing.
Yeah.
And you kind of like got to see his perspective or
Yeah.
like what he's actually like.
Yeah.
So I think it's just one of those ones. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say that like I'm a proper like subscriber. I watch a lot of his stuff.
Yeah.
but you can see that there's a lot of production that goes into that.
Of course, yeah.
He's a
It's
good
like
host
it's
though.
like a show.
He gets them crying every time though. If you watch every episode,
People
there's a
be
moment
crying,
where
bro.
they're pausing.
Yeah.
You could even Ashley Waters is like, he's like, you got to pause because he's asking deep questions and he just lets it sit there. He don't interrupt you. Tell me
Bro,
about time like you've had anxiety
Yeah,
before,
yeah.
and they're just like,
Have you tried Hugh? Nah, he's good though. He asks the open questions, and one thing about him, he doesn't interrupt too much. Is he does let them. Louis Theroux was this episode as well. I haven't seen Crep do much media in the last couple of years. I saw him sit down there and like, of course, you're legitimate as well because you've got a successful brand now. So you go and sit down with Steve and like, it makes sense, innit?
Yeah.
You know, money, niggas, when they making a bit of money, want to hang on other niggas that got money, innit?
Yeah.
You know?
yeah.
So
I got some. There was a whole controversy around him in the kind of business and tech world that he may have overinflated his success to a certain extent. So
you're saying there's a bit of cap over
there's
there.
a slight bit of cap in the sense that he's very successful, but not as he portrayed. So he used to go around saying that he built a company that was worth 300 million, basically.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, I sold my company 300 million, blah, blah, blah. But it turned out that basically his company got sold probably for like a few million and then was kind of combined with another company, which then went on to become worth 300 million. So it's basically like, imagine I created a trainer and I sold it to Nike and then Nike is now worth 2 billion. Then I start saying that my company's worth 2 billion. That's basically what he kind of did.
I'll let you cook though still.
In it.
I'd let you cook still.
Seriously?
Coming from where I come from, I'd let you cook. A bit of cap there, but I'd let you cook.
Yeah, it was a
Take it,
slight bit of cap.
make
But
it.
listen, he's a still talented entrepreneur. He still killed
But
it.
valuations, you coming from, from that side of the world, like a lot of time are overinflated anyway. Like,
It's true, it's
Yeah.
true, it's true.
so that's
It's
nothing
true.
new in it. So,
It's true.
and also, so who cares to go and check, man? Whoever went to check is a hater.
Loser.
No, it's just like when someone brings up that sum, because it's like an astronomical sum.
But was he leading with it, or was he not like?
He was. He'd be
Yeah,
on Dragon's Den and be like,
I remember him saying that.
Okay, so I take it back.
yeah, so he'd be on Dragon's Den and the other dragon would be like, oh, what do you know? And he'd be like, yeah, well, I started a company that's worth 300 million.
But they be flexing each other in Dragons Den, though. They do, man. So
Yeah, you got to clap back in that way. Like,
yeah.
do you know what I mean?
So the people that were kind of, pushing this narrative on Twitter about maybe he's not what he says he is, were other entrepreneurs who basically have achieved what he's achieved, maybe like 20 million, 10 million success. And they're like, why does this bro get to go on TV and say that he's worth
Hating
$500
in the
million?
business
Oh my
world,
God.
man.
Sounds like hate to
To
me,
me, sounds like hate.
bruv.
Don't know in it. I don't know in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you got to flex. It's just like, raising your child and they go on and become like worth 300 million. That's I made that.
That came from me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You two are worth 300 million. My success is your success.
Jay-Z's mum goes around saying, yep, I'm a billionaire.
Yeah.
You're capable, my God.
It'd be more like Memphis Bleak saying it. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, but I'm billionaire Jason, innit?
Fair enough. I'm around money.
Why not, man? You can run
Yeah.
it, innit? So, yeah.
Yeah.
Before we get into everything, what can the people expect when they come to your live show?
So obviously the greatest podcast to ever live. It's gonna be tech, pop, Vans.
Hey, yo.
I gotta talk that talk.
I love you, bro. I love you, bro.
Do you know what's killing me? Yeah, Vans does a lot of the editing, yeah, if not all of it. Yeah, he might take that one out.
All of a sudden, like, it disappears.
It's a test of the love and the brotherhood. If you
Yeah.
leave it in,
Okay, yeah. So it's gonna be a great tech and pop culture show. We're gonna
Yeah.
have special guests. It's gonna be a chance to network with 100+ people who are gonna be people like us from our kind of backgrounds in the tech field. So to be fair, last time we did a live show, people didn't want to leave even after the show because it's very rare that you get that many people in the room who are kind of from our kind of world in the same space, basically.
of course, yeah.
So
Have the stacking
networking,
chairs
great
and that.
content, special guests, merch, all of the above. It's gonna be a dope night.
How many tall black men that earn 6 figures are going to be in the building for our cufflinks listening?
Man, you know what? So when I see people buy tickets, I look at their LinkedIn in it. So I can't see the height. You get me? They should put height on LinkedIn in it.
All
But
right.
listen, there's gonna be a lot of
Money in the building.
money in the building.
Okay,
That's all I'm gonna say.
right.
Where's it
Everyone's
being held?
credible. It's gonna be
Hey, listen,
in,
the RNA community, you better fall
it's in
back.
West London.
Shout out to the cufflinks, man. Go and
Waiting
network.
outside in Bally's.
No. What can you take from them? Their suits, not bruv. Them man ain't wearing their money like that, bro. What do you think
For
it
real,
is?
Say
bro.
the dress now. I want to
Yeah,
pause
yeah,
in the dress.
Just as Stephen Bartlett.
Yeah, basically. Yes, no, it's in Huckletree West, which is in West London. The details will be in the event, like in the show notes.
We'll have it in our description for the podcast. Come on.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
I appreciate that. Yeah, and like I said, 10% off for the audience. Exclusive.
Exclusive.
Chris, you got anything to add?
You good?
See there?
Okay.
She a tall black man, 6 figures. So wonderful. Someone's on my level.
Can we?
I just thought I'd sprinkle that one in there.
Relax,
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it, man. Everyone that gets money tries to say they got money.
Follow, what's next?
And all the
What's
broke
next?
niggas.
Fallout, what is next?
I mean, we're here, man. We're here to pod. I don't want to start on a side note, but I do think we need to discuss it. Of course, a big talking point. What happened in Croydon
Yes.
last week. So R.I.P to Elianne,
Yeah.
if I'm pronouncing her name correctly, because I know you've been in some misinformation about her name and stuff like that, which is like, how can you make that mistake? Like, let's at least be factually correct. What I wanted to really talk about is how we're looking at this instance. So she obviously passed away, and it's a loss of life. Someone that's like 15. No one should be sending their child to school and they don't come home.
Yeah.
You know?
Murdered in broad day.
Yeah. By another young black person, a man, young boy, over something trivial. Rejection.
Yeah.
You know? And the reason I want to talk about it is because it's like the response from obviously the community, everyone online. When things happen, of course, where everyone's going to add their 2 pence on that. I feel like I probably articulate myself better on the podcast when it comes to certain topics.
Yeah.
But even me, I'm looking, I was like, just chatting. I wanted to jump. I was like, you know, let me leave this alone. When we come and we can actually sit down and have this conversation, just because I can understand why some people are looking at it as maybe a knife crime issue.
Yeah.
But for me, and for a lot of people, I'm not the only person. I ain't got 2 legs. It isn't that.
Yeah.
This is someone being rejected, not being able to deal with rejection. Now, yes, they were carrying a knife, but if they could react that way because of rejection, it could have been a fist, feet, hands, head.
Yeah.
It could have been anything.
Yeah.
You know? So, like, where are we going wrong when that's happening? I don't know if that's an us thing, a community problem, or like, cause I'm just seeing there's loads of like places to take you to. Like, you're looking at some of the online content that's out there. Is that negatively like influencing young men? Does that need addressing?
Yeah, definitely.
You know, I don't want to ramble, but just like there's a lot of thoughts in my head. I just want to see where you guys were at, because I'm sure I'm not the only person thinking like this.
Yeah, I completely agree. Although there was a knife involved, just like you said, I don't think it's a knife crime issue.
Yeah.
To have that kind of mentality, yes, you do have people who will behave like that out, like, what am I trying to say? Like a random incident, fine. But this doesn't feel like that. And you just think, okay, what has this person so emboldened that because of rejection, you can get to the point of stabbing someone? Then it also makes me think, okay, yes, people act as individuals, but this person wouldn't have had this mindset today. It's obviously like a combination of their environment, the people that you're around. So you think, okay, there's just a group of young men that think like this, of boys that think like this, and it has to come from somewhere. And yes, this like red pill content that we see online, you can't say that is the sole reason, but it's obvious that this is playing a very, very, very big part.
It's definitely an element.
Yeah, and with
100%.
how accessible technology is to everyone, especially children, it's becoming more and more difficult to monitor what's like the content
That
people
they
are
consume.
consuming.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, you've got these really whether it's like Instagram famous or whatever it is, these really popular content creators that have been allowed to make this kind of content. And unfortunately, it's getting to the point where, or we're at the point now where it's having a very big negative impact on society. But it's almost too late. Not to say that we can't make change, but it's obviously like this is real. This is a problem. So for people to now turn around and say there's no correlation whatsoever, you just think, well, you're dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like also to add to that, in how desensitized they are as well to things of that nature. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, of course it's going to hit home. It's going to hit hard, especially when it's a young girl that's just died at 8:30 in the morning on the way to school.
Yeah. I think as a whole, we are quite desensitized to death, but I'll be very, very shocked if you got to a point where like we're desensitized to that. Not saying like, I am saying no. If it was a young black boy, I almost kind of understand a bit more because I know what's going on outside, innit? But like the girls aren't
100%.
involved, innit?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So that's why we can't call it a knife crime issue.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, because all about the intent as well, because if he didn't have a weapon, he still would have probably harmed her in one way, shape or form due to rejection. You know, like thinking that he's thinking in his mind that he's dug deep to get flowers and she's still not on it. Nah.
And what's even sad is that's the friend that was stepping in. I wasn't even a girl. That's the friend stepping in to defend her friend.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure Chrissy, women listening to this can relate to, on a very small level, weird interaction with guys outside, street harassment, to the top level where like you're in fear of your safety, your life, just because someone can't like take a no.
Yeah. And this is nothing new, unfortunately. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, in the issue of men not being able to handle rejection and attacking a woman for it.
We've spoken about it before. Like, I will tell you certain things that I do on holiday or if I'm walking, and there's been times when you're
things that wouldn't cross my mind at all.
You actually have to think about that. And it's true, because no matter what you do, people say, ignore them, they'll run you down. Like, I've been in a situation like that where someone is like following me, asking for my number. No, thank you. I'm not interested. You feel like you can't win if like someone makes an advance or passes a compliment or whatever. You feel like you're damned if you don't say anything, because then it's like I've been called a bitch on the road. Like, you fucking bitch, you think you're nice. Like, sir, I'm literally just going about my business.
You just asked for my number.
If you talk to them, it's then like, well, why did you entertain it? It's on it. You just feel like you cannot win either way. But we shouldn't have to not give them a number or give them a number or say hello or not say hello. You should just be able to control yourself. It's not about what a person is wearing or how they're acting. It's not, the onus shouldn't be put on that person. You could just not carry a knife. You could just not want to abuse someone or harm someone because of rejection, something so trivial.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's a youngin', but throw him under the jail. Sorry.
Not even sorry.
And we just need to be more careful in regards to how we react to these things as well, because I didn't like that being part of the conversation, but you can't take it off the table. People just posting shit they just see online. I've seen about 4 different young black boys that people are saying is the person that did this thing.
Oh, that's wild.
What do you gain from sharing that news? Because you didn't go and tell that to the police. I can damn near guarantee you all the people that are posting that. So it wasn't that you were trying to get like, we're trying to get the person caught. You're doing it because you want to be the one that's got the scoop. That's how it feels like to me. It just like shows like a lot of weird behavior from people. I don't even like using it because clout is like so overly used, but maybe it is. But I just
want social media attention.
Just like, it's like this is weird, and it's not even from young people. It's from grown adults who are like on my age.
Wow,
it's not it's from the kids you can't understand. It's from like grown adults, people that like run blog pages, posting stuff. I'm just like,
a lot of people's brains are fried.
So fried.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's
was that Davido clip when you need it, man? When I said that even me, I'm mad. Everybody's mad,
bro. Like it's sad to see. Do you know what I'm saying? Like grown adults that can't use their brains, they can't think. And not worrying about the consequences, because like I can't be responsible for how like another person consumes my content. Right? Because everyone has a mind of their own.
Absolutely.
But it's this herd thinking, it's the need to feel popular or to be first, have bookmarks, a lot of likes, a lot of tweets. Like everyone just wants to be at the center. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so.
And some people are now getting paid for their tweets as well. So
absolutely,
that might be a factor as well.
You put these phones like in the hands of a young person. Look at all the stuff that they choose to take in, bro. Like, I've caught my little bro watching like stuff like Andrew Tate and that on YouTube, because it's what
it's an algorithm, innit?
Everyone else is watching in school.
YouTube Shorts is wild though. YouTube Shorts, you be sliding a few things in there.
So they're not watching a full show. They're not watching a full show. They're watching them shorts where like there's clips that man can run with, like, and there's no like broader context. I'm not saying that like he's gonna provide you with that, but it's just like what they see is what they'll take and they'll run with it, and they're not seeing like the other side of things.
So what's the conversation like when you catch him and then
you just have to make him understand, like, you know, the dangers of what you're taking in. Because at the end of the day, like, we all have that innate feeling, like when something is off or when something is wrong, like you've kind of always had it. It's your choice to kind of make.
Or you'd like to think that.
Or you'd like to think that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I'm just basing it off on myself.
Did you lot see, sorry to interrupt, the Twitch streamer Sneeko? He was basically, he's one of these red pill dudes, and he got basically stopped on road by a bunch of little kids. Yeah. And they were like trying to take a selfie, and then the little kids was like, oh, fuck the women, man, fuck the women. And he was like, hold on, what? Whoa. And they were like, he's like, okay, but like transgenders, fuck the transgenders, basically. And he looked like he was shocked, and he was like, bro, do you not know what you've been spewing for the last like 2-3 years?
I can't lie, man. His reaction was cat, man. It's because the camera was there, man.
I think so.
Yeah.
Probably.
I
do think there is a slight element of shock to him that was genuine in the sense that like, you just don't imagine these little kids probably watching what you're doing, even though you know you're out there just streaming constantly. Like, I don't know.
But for me, that's why it's even then why I push back against that content more. Because on one hand, if you truly, truly believe that, I could almost respect it a little bit. But a lot of these guys are cosplaying a certain space and leaning into stuff because they know it's contentious issues, clickbait. Yeah. You know that at least at the bare minimum you're going to get a crowd. Whether you can make that translate into money, like see like some of the stuff the guys, the Fresh and Fit guys did, because they got demonetized now. But like for a hot period, they were one of the first videos you see on YouTube.
They were making bank
and they were making money. So you got that attention. Of course, look, it feels like it was short lived. I hope you invested your money. I don't know if you're going to get monetized again, but how much do you guys really believe in these things you're saying? Because when they were talking about certain guys and you find out like they're on certain websites with certain women. Like all these guys, the girls they kind of down, or the girls they really want. The minute they get bread, you see these guys.
Be a chick.
Yeah. So that's why like I push back. Like maybe you're right. Maybe he was genuinely surprised, but I'm like, yeah, man, I don't know, man. Who did you think was watching your videos when you're putting them out?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like if you're so affected by it, or like you're seeing the dangerous impact that you're having on these young kids, take down these videos.
No, but he doubled down on it. So I think he went on Twitter and was like, "Oh, it's the fault of the woke left, blah blah blah." That this why, yeah, he just doubled.
Yeah, man. He believes in like what he spews in it. So, like, there's no benefit of the doubt with them kind of dons there.
To be fair, I've not seen enough of his content to give any critique, but like the fact that like
he's Andrew Tate Jr. basically.
Oh, okay.
He's an acolyte of Andrew Tate.
Right.
He's become a Muslim like Andrew Tate. Basically, like
how do the Muslims feel about that?
I don't know.
I'd be interested to know on that.
Well, it depends on like where in the world that you're speaking to.
Yeah,
fair.
I don't want to speak out of turn, but it's like the fact you make that move. What are you trying to say here? Because you're trying to, like in my opinion, you're trying to get like a certain crowd. You know, there'll be a cloak of support if you do certain things. It's like, yeah. You know when I said prove it? Yeah, you got to prove it to me, bro. I need to know how much how serious you about this religion.
But the thing is that like you got to also take into consideration that there's a lot of men that think that way.
Yeah.
Even in silence.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Of course.
Like that, you might be around.
What are the rules of when you go to dinner party? What are the conversations you can't have? Religion, politics, and what's the other one? Is there another one?
There's a third one. I can't remember what it is right now, actually.
Might be the transgender issue. That's probably the one, isn't it?
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah. Have them conversations in dinner parties. Suddenly, Steve's all right. He's not all right. It changes, isn't it? So, but yeah, no.
Maybe UK Brexit now. Probably, I don't know.
Yeah, that would probably be the one. Yeah, that would have been the one. But once again, rest in peace, that young lady. Yes. What do you guys think in terms of? I know it's a really big conversation, but we'll try and have some elements of it now. What do you think we can? Is it more of a community issue, the home? Because you look at these things like, what are the parents doing? What's going on in the community? What's going on in the schools?
So the only credible solution I've ever heard, because this conversation's been going on for years. Of course, since I was 15, people would be, well, the youth centers and all this shit. Yeah. I saw a Carlo in the podcast once say basically that most of the kids that are the source of a lot of the trouble, the police know who they are in terms of they got broken homes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The situation ain't right from the home. These kids are actually probably intimidating the other kids to think I need to carry a knife because that's the actual bad boy, and you know what I mean?
A lot of kids are carrying a knife out of fear.
Out of fear for like probably 1,000 kids probably in London.
Yeah.
And the solution he presented was there needs to be like a school where we can take the most troubled kids somewhere in the countryside and the teachers will be the man them. It's not going to be, gentrifying white middle class women who teach you. It's going to be people who are in their 30s and 40s that live that life and can actually get them isolated away from the kids who are gonna the kids back in London will still feel better because actually the real bad boys are gone basically.
Yeah.
And get those kids on the straight and narrow path. I mean, I don't know if that's the only answer, but I generally do believe that it probably is like 1,000 or 2,000 kids who are probably actually the root cause of the issue.
Yeah.
And the police know that what schools they go to and the troublesome.
But then like these things just lean back to that's like to tackle knife crime essentially, in which like we're not talking about in this instance.
Okay, fair enough. You mean
do you know what I'm saying?
You mean to what gendered violence basically?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's a macro issue. That goes from kids to adults to thing we could be all day talking about that one.
I think it is also community because there was a clip I saw of there was a lady on the train. There was a guy like adjusting his trousers consistently in front of these young girls. So nobody on the train said anything. Then this woman confronted him and was like, come off the train. You and me, like, we'll talk about this off the train. And he's like kicking off. And she's like, no, after what's happened last week, I'm not going to stand here and watch you.
Was this recent?
Yeah.
Okay.
A couple of days ago. I'm not going to stand here and watch you as a grown man behaving inappropriately. And then she started saying to the girls, how old are you? They were 15, 16, 14. These are children. But there were men on that carriage. Nobody said anything. Yeah. This is clearly very inappropriate. And again, it's like, why does it always fall back on women to do the work? Yeah. So the solution that you mentioned, okay, in theory, okay, that's great. But these same men them that are going to be teaching them in the countryside, they're already in London, bro. What is it? Why can't the work start here? We don't need. Yes, that's a bigger long-term solution, but there are people in these communities now who have lived through it. But it's up to, when they say it takes a village, it actually does. You need people to understand that you are, even as an individual, you're accountable to the people around you. And that means like, if you see something wrong, standing up and speaking up. It doesn't have to be, why does it always have to get to the point where it's your sister, your cousin, your auntie, your mum? If you see something wrong, speak up. And that would actually deter people from behaving like that in the future. That's what I think.
No, I agree.
No, you're right, man. Because I think we spoke about it before, like if we all do a little, we would have to do a lot.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're already quite severed. We joke and like we make little reference about like Cozy Lives is real. And when the economy's fucked, everyone's got blinkers on. Because it's just about you and yours. Sometimes it's not even about you and yours, it's about you. Yeah. It's that real. So then you ain't got any. And what's the mood in the end, like growing up, it's you make a bit of bread and try and move out.
Yeah.
So then a lot of us that like are doing well in different sectors, how many of them or many of us are pouring back into the community?
Yeah, because, when you come back usually to flex.
Yeah. Or even just come back to see people, just like, once you're gone, you're gone. Because it's like, cool, I've got my nuclear family, I'm looking after them. And of course, charity begins at home. I'm not saying go and be an activist when your kid's on the floor crying and that, like, look after your yard and that. But like, we have to get to some place where they have to look at it as a community issue. Yeah. It has to be that.
Are we talking about preventing young people from committing, or young men from committing violence against women, or are we talking about violence against women in general? Because those guys that are going at the ends, they're doing it too.
Of course,
they're beating their wives in their country.
But you know, it is, I will say, like, this is my perspective, Everyone's got different politics, I think sometimes you got to draw a line in the sand. Over a certain age, they're rubbed out, they're done out here. There's certain people of age, you're not changing them, innit?
What did Dr. Umar say?
Niggas, for good!
Yeah. I'm sorry, some of you.
So we have to, I think it's grab the youth them early. You have to, especially whilst they're mad and impressionable. Because they're sponges still, innit? They've got a lot of influences, but you're at work, you're out of the house, boom, you're running around.
I couldn't wait to grab the ear of a younger. Until I caught my bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I had to, you have to straighten them in a way where, I'm serious.
And this is, to me as well, I got a little cousin I probably don't check for enough. And he's in that, that age bracket where, it can go left, it could go right,
Right, yeah.
There's a lot going on.
So, you leave it up to them, essentially, to kind of, find their own way, make up their own mind, but then you have to sometimes step in and intervene.
Bro, you can't even let them make their own mind.
They're not making their own mind up. The phones are raising them.
Yeah, it's
the
true.
The algorithm is raising them. So if you're not raising them, somebody else is.
It's true. So
I genuinely think the platforms hold a responsibility. Why is it took this long for Fresh and Fit to be demonetized? They've been talking crud for ages.
Honestly,
that's why I don't rate a lot of the moves when you see it. Let's say we spoke about Russell Brand. Let's say Donnie's guilt of all these things you guys are known. You lot for ages.
Yeah.
And it's only when it's like super hot potato, everyone steps away. But like, where was the conscience before that? Like, so I'm with you. I don't rate a lot of the moves, innit? Because, you know, they'll be on there, be doing their thing and collecting P with the super chats and all these things, you know. And it's good because you've got the eyes. And it's only after a while when maybe like the advertiser's like, oh, it's too much now.
Yeah.
We want to move away. Because and it's just money, innit?
If that type of content wasn't lucrative, you'd see a lot less of it.
Of course.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So they should, I don't know. Yeah, I think they shouldn't be able to easily monetize.
Yeah. But then you've also got the pushback with free speech and things. You know, there's always like that fine line.
Right, yeah.
You know?
People are dying.
Yeah.
It's actually got to the point now. People are dying. And this isn't like...
But the pushback to that will be, is there direct link? That's the thing. It's like, I'm watching... Angela Bassett's got a new show called 911.
Okay.
And in one of the episodes, I think it's her daughter, has a guy she's seeing. She goes to his dorm. He's not there. She's waiting for him. And one of his housemates is kind of weird. He's looking for a book, whatever. He goes to him. She finds the book, and in there, he's got like a manifesto of stuff, like, you know, like incel type culture, especially in America. You got like the whole issue with school shootings and stuff. If there was unfortunately like an incident, a direct one where someone's left notes and stuff where like, I watch so and so on YouTube. It sounds silly, but like if there was that, I think then people would take it a bit more serious because we're having this conversation now. I don't know what that young guy's mind state was, what he's actually been like content wise he's been consuming. So it's kind of hard to like pinpoint directly. You can't say it's off the table. It's definitely a part of it.
Absolutely.
But I think you kind of sometimes in life you need like a watershed moment.
Yeah,
not saying I want something to happen,
yeah.
but you do need a watershed moment for everyone to go, you know what? This might be it as well, because like it's a young girl, just gone to school, you know, and not even the direct person involved. She's trying to help her friend. How is her friend dealing with this now? Knowing her friend passed away, trying to save her.
Bro,
and he's throwing his life away now.
Fam, this is it. Like, and I'm just like, I have an 8-year-old. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what, like, when do I start having these conversations? Because she watches the news. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and she's seeing that someone that is in uniform, just like her, who talks about, like, you know, being able to go to school on her own when she, you know, gets to secondary school. Like, already, like, she's looking forward to her secondary school journey. And I'm just like, I'm not so sure, man. Like, we're still going to be having to do school runs.
Oh, absolutely. Those Range Rover mums, I understand, man. You mess up, I'll bash you in my car. Are you crazy? It's real, bro. You can't do something to someone's child, bro.
Bro, like, it was one of those ones where it genuinely, like, broke my heart to see that. Yeah.
I think it affected a lot of people, you know, as it should do as well. So I know there's been a couple of visuals and people are doing stuff in the community in Croydon and stuff. Like, so if you can get out there, please like show the family some support and that. But it shouldn't happen, innit? Yeah. One is more than enough.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, we'll definitely have the knife crime conversation another day, innit? So, was there anything else to add? Anyone else?
No.
Yeah. I think, do you know, the annoying thing about this conversation is at times I feel like we're preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
Anytime we're talking about community issues, because I would like to think all like-minded people, everyone kind of knows what everyone's response is going to be when we talk about these things, but it just needs to be now, are we going to do anything in regards to, it seems like you had that chat with your bro, you got to keep, me, I know I got to keep in tune with my little cousin. Because it feels so massive, like how if the ones that are in your reach start tapping in early.
Yeah, because like we can't just have, you know, frivolous conversations.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, because sometimes,
and
like,
God forbid it will hit you home, and then now it's like everyone feels it more and it's close to home.
Yeah, because like sometimes like the older one in the family don't know how the young one thinks. Yeah. Because they don't have those type of conversations. It just doesn't come up. It's like very passive. Like, oh yeah, like how's school? They're gonna tell you like, oh yeah, good. Like, one-word answers. They're not really gonna open up in a way that, like, you know what I mean? So you have to kind of approach it a little bit differently. Yeah. Because like when I was like 15, 14, 13 or whatever it was, like sometimes, you know, you don't want to talk to the older person. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you just want to go about what you're consumed in.
When you were younger, for all us guys, do you ever remember a time someone had an older man had a conversation with you about interactions with women?
Not once.
Nah.
On any level, whether that's like safe sex, that's
not once.
Nothing.
Nothing.
That's crazy.
And the converse of that is as long as I can remember, I've been told certain ways to act around men or not act around men, like literally for my safety.
Or dress up uncles in the house and that, them things.
You know, just those things like that.
It was do good in school and facial books and don't get yourself into trouble. Didn't like speak about like the variables or the different types of trouble. It was just stay out of trouble, facial books, do good in school.
I think obviously most of us, our parents were from a different place though, so there was a disconnect there. I think the value of this conversation is the fact that those of us that are born and raised here that might have younger siblings or children that are, you know, we can more relate to, have that conversation. What kind of content are you watching? Yeah. What do you think about Andrew Tate and them man and you know,
what are you listening to?
What are you listening to? Yeah. Have a conversation there. It doesn't have to be no deep conversation about gendered violence, but you could just start engaging and start understanding what's their worldview. My
kids are cooked. I can't lie to you. I'm not doing that whole we are the world parenting. I'm having every password. I'm hacking everything. There's no privacy. I'm letting you know from now, you're finished.
You cooked. Yeah. Deep fried.
And I know it's wrong, but it's right.
I'm even like, I don't even know what the value of giving a kid a phone is. Like a
you say that now, but the thing is, you don't have the phone. Where are you?
Yeah, I'll give you a brick phone. I'll give you a brick.
Yeah, but I still need to snoop on you on the other things. Like, it's just, you play the game according to what's going on right now. Like, I hear you. I remember mom and dad tried out the no phone thing. Cool. There was a little period of no phone. I was coming home whatever hour.
Sorry.
Something happened in school.
Okay. Someone was my little one's asking me for a phone. And I'm like, no, you're with us all the time. What do you need a phone for? Do you know? What do you need? My friend's got phones.
Vans the trillions. Man said, I'm here. You can speak to me.
I'm like, my friend's got phones. Who's feeding you?
That's the thing, though, is the parents in a certain class or year have to get on point and work together, because once one parent gives their kid the phone, it's a wrap.
What are you saying? You got to stop them at the school gates.
It's a neighborhood watch.
Hey, I see your kid wearing True Religion, so let's chill out, man.
Yeah, exactly.
You're putting pressure on my house.
You actually get on my nerves.
No, man, we need to be one call. Listen, for the next school semester, we're in H&M.
Yeah, like at the assembly, like, so see your little one's got that Canada Goose.
Yeah. What we dealing with?
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Greaser.
That tells you, allow it, man. I do my thing.
Get on your J.O.
Get on your grind.
Yeah, get on your grind.
Because it's a lot of stuff like delayed graphic, like, bro, money, bro. It's just that's the which our parents. How many times do your parents miss assemblies or certain things because they had to work?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the paper's keeping us away from our children.
Yeah,
away from our little brothers, sisters. That, you know, it's difficult.
You just need to watch your kids a little bit more, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's tough.
Yeah.
But you have to make that concerted effort.
But let's be honest, obviously, I know there's a certain line a lot of us didn't really cross, but there's still bare things low key that, if we're to be honest about our parents with, they are none the wiser.
Absolutely.
And we've been young people, innit?
And I'm not talking about the parents that came from a different place.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the parents like that are coming up with me as a parent. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You can still be out of touch though a little bit.
You can, but because you can relate a lot more to your kid than our parents could to us.
Yeah.
You have to make that effort.
Yeah.
Also,
like there's no, for me, it's what you have to do. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, because everyone has things going on in their lives.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, including me. But I have to be as involved as I possibly can.
Because God forbid it goes wrong, they'll blame you anyway, innit? So you got to be on your job.
But I also think what you said about it takes a village, like, I think the parents are doing what they can to a certain extent. It's down to people like me, who's an uncle, who's got a lot more free time because I'm not a parent.
Yeah.
How can I support? How can I check in on the youths that my sister's raising, or my cousins that are of a young age? Because the parents are working, they're juggling a lot in this economic situation, cost of living. It's not easy. They're stressing, so it does take a village. Yeah. That's part of the reason why I'm shook to have kids. So I feel like the support network has to like really be on point, and we don't have that no more.
Yeah,
really and truly, everyone's in their little atomized 2.4, and then that's you. And
like, there shouldn't be shame amongst friends as well, like that has kids. If you're struggling, just let man know.
Yeah,
you don't want to, really tell, like, even the closest people to us, like, sometimes aren't like fully transparent in some of the shit that they're going through.
Nah, come on, pride, bro. You want me to come and tell you guys I'm going through it?
It needs to change.
You know what you're saying, Fols, about like, oh, we were all in situations that our parents didn't know about.
Yeah.
But my parents knew my mindset. So I was in plenty of situations that my parents wouldn't have wanted me to be in.
Of course,
But they inculcated me with a mindset where I knew not to do the foolishness.
Of course, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And it's about checking up on what's the mindset of
Yeah. It's actually, but it's to the point, I think we're all kind of saying the same similar things. What conversation are you having? Is it just, how was school? Are you okay? Because like, the reason I asked you guys the thing about what conversations you had when younger with like older men in regards to interaction with women, mine were a handful. Yeah. And then the ones that was like the barbershop, and that's not the best place to go for advice. You know?
Go home.
Yeah. So it has to be just more than surface level conversations.
100%.
So that you can get into the mindset where they're at, what's going on. Like I said, you're going to be a young person, you're going to make mistakes, you're going to be somewhere. I've told my mum I'm down the road and I was deep in northwest London, in somewhere I shouldn't have been.
Hey, yo.
I had a wonderful time though. Bashment was booming.
Bashment was booming.
It was booming. But Mumsy thought I was literally behind the house. You know, so kids will lie as well, man.
Kids will lie.
Me too, I've lied. I know you guys have lied. Chrissy, I know you've lied. You gonna lie now?
I'm pleading the fifth.
You plead what?
Fifth.
Okay. But yeah, man, it's sad to see, but you know, I think we're all on the same page. We just got to do more.
Yeah.
100%.
Definitely got to do more. So, what else on the docket today, guys, man? I don't want to pick up my phone. I want to flow natural. I want to test if everyone's...
Can we talk about the whole Keefe D situation?
Oh, Tupac!
That had man dying.
Oh, yeah.
Officer Vlad to the rescue.
Officer Vlad. Officer Vlad is crazy, you know. But you know what's mad, though? I genuinely believe those interviews with Vlad and other people, because Keefe D's done other people's podcasts, are a major reason why he's been arrested or rearrested.
100%.
So the background is he is the uncle of Orlando Anderson,
yes,
who in that classic footage where Suge and Tupac are walking through the casino and they beat up one guy, stomp him out, whatever. He's the person they stomp out, and they say that he came back in the white Cadillac with Keefe D, another person in the car, shot Tupac, shot Suge. Obviously, Tupac dies. We know the story in that. His uncle's kind of low-key admitted, like, kind of basically took the clout. So if he'd been, they call it a proffer agreement.
Yeah.
So it's like a particular type of agreement with the police, the state, whatever, and a criminal, where if you admit to all these things, you can never get like charged again, innit? I think
that's not what it is. That's where Keefe D got fucked up.
That's where he got fucked up, yeah.
On that given day, you can admit to stuff on that given day.
Yeah.
And
so
you can't prosecute you for you on that day, basically. But if you say anything afterwards, you say an interview, whatever, you can get gotten, basically.
Yeah.
And he didn't understand that distinction between full immunity and a proffer
one day immunity.
Yeah. So he basically went ahead and started rambling on these podcasts and released a book and everything.
Yeah.
And that's what got him in the end.
And what's mad is like one of the arresting officers lives like a couple like roads from him. Like it's basically been this open secret in LA that like, because basically he put it on his nephew, but then later in interviews was kind of half claiming it like, yeah, he didn't shoot him, he did shoot him. Like, so they arrested him, innit?
What a scary gender.
I know for some people they're like, you know, why do we kind of care so much? But this was such a big thing that happened in hip hop, and because of all the different theories in it. So was it the CIA? Did the FBI kill Tupac? Is he in Cuba? Is he still alive? Was it P. Diddy and Bad Boy?
I mean, that's still undecided. Because
no, that one's still in the air as well.
Still in the air, I'll be honest with you.
Because if that guy goes, if he's...
There's a really great Netflix series called Unsolved. And it's like a dramatization of this, basically.
Yeah.
And in that show, based on the book by the detective who got... Based on the book by the detective...
Yeah.
Who got the...
Was that Greg Caden, that guy?
Exactly, yeah. So in that series, I don't know how accurate this is, but supposedly Diddy went to Keefe D and said, Suge Knight's terrorizing me, they're after me, I'll give £1 million to anybody who kills Suge, basically.
Yeah.
And it's not like an offer and then received, but Keefe D thought that when he did the work of killing Tupac, that he was owed money, basically.
Because he claims that he got a call from Diddy after, was that us, basically?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Diddy might be in trouble here. Yeah. That's the rumors. I sincerely doubt anything will happen to him.
Yeah.
But he hasn't got clean hands to a certain extent.
No, listen, there was a lot of stuff happening. So like, even the whole BMF thing, they've got someone around them. There was like that incident in Atlanta where one of the bodyguards died, Wolf. There's a lot of stuff happened back in the day because the streets were, it still happens now where the streets are still close to certain rap stars. But like then, it was literally very, very close, innit? You had gangster rap that era. Suge's got all the Bloods around him. You got Crips. So there was a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
So there's that as well. But the reason why that angle's probably interesting is like, okay, Diddy's giving everybody back their publishing. He's back doing music. It's like he's trying to get good favor. What's really going on behind the scenes? Is he still a billionaire? All these things going on. It's like, because people say that like he's had a lot coming to him, innit? Because everyone gets it. Everyone doesn't, because some bad guys actually win.
It's true.
But a lot of people get the day of reckoning. Maybe you might have to wait a long time. Like even like cool for like Tupac's mum, she's passed away.
Yeah.
Like even if you get justice and someone goes to jail, she was never here to see it, which is sad, innit? So like, what is really
like
justice?
Part of the reason why like I've stopped caring about this.
Okay.
I was like, he's passed. His mum has passed.
Yeah.
Someone that has been fighting for justice for a long time. She knows that her son's no longer there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? She's had to live with that, right? She's passed away, and now this Donny's going on a chatty patty tour.
Goodness.
I think what basically got him in trouble and what's led to the arrest is that the police were like, even though we knew you did this, you released a book about it.
You're almost showing off.
Don't embarrass us. You're embarrassing us now. Like you're going on a podcast and talking about it. Don't take the piss. We got to get you basically.
Yeah.
It's a shame that's what it takes to get a man arrested for murder.
It's mad, isn't it? So we'll see what happens, innit? But like, if that's on the table and they go to, hey, listen, you can do a couple of years, but
Start naming names.
What's P Diddy saying to that? It can get a little bit brazy, innit? So yeah, man, it is mad. I don't. Would you? Obviously, Vans is kind of over it, but do you care? Do you want to see like someone get brought to justice for it? Are you like growing up? Are you a fan of Tupac?
I was never the biggest Tupac fan, I'll be honest with you. But I think, I don't know. I mean, Tupac's been dead longer than he was alive as a person. So
Crazy
it's
to think
ancient
about,
history, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel like for the fact that you're going on a podcast and talking about it and you're trying to sell books, you're obviously not a good person. So like, I don't mind if you spend the rest of your life in jail if you were.
And if you're gangster, kind of like be quiet and like
yeah.
But
you get paid for these interviews. Vlad and the Art of Dialogue, they were
Money starts drying up.
Yeah.
But then that's when we see your level of gangster.
Yeah.
You're not meant to speak, because essentially, he could still get off, innit?
Yeah.
At the bare minimum, a large part of the reason why he's been arrested is this continuation of you talking on the internet for these interviews. So those platforms have got the clout from it, got the views, got the monetization. They're paying you because they know this is such a historic, iconic talking point in hip hop. People are always going to tune in. If you go on Vlad's platform, the amount of different people from all the outlaws he's interviewed to
it's an industry, it's a cottage industry of like
to Keefe D, to Greg Caden, to Reggie Wright Jr., all the different people around that whole incident and stuff that's happening around Death Row. He's interviewed loads of them. Like, I don't want to go out and give Vlad credit, but he's done quite a lot of work on this case.
Detective Vlad did solve the case.
Bro, I even seen how he's got a Piers Morgan interview and he's bragging about not cooperating with the police and that to give them because they felt that he might have unedited footage of those interviews, innit? Where maybe Keefe D said something and they've taken it out. But he says, oh yeah, that's not not our platform.
Because there'd be 25 if there was any footage left on the floor because he'd be shining out
No, but you know the maddest thing? I reckon he's still got some like there.
I think so.
I reckon as we get closer to the case, he'll release some, because Taxstone's interview that he did maybe like I think 7 days after the Irving Plaza incident, he released that recently, innit? I reckon Vlad's, so like if Keefe D goes to trial, he's probably got something there as a flashback, you know. So
yeah,
the things that used to have such mystique, it's now gone. Like, so if you go on Vlad, you can see old mafia guys, Sammy the Bull, This whole silence thing is over now. Everyone's a chatty patty now. Everyone's a podcaster. Killers,
stay out our lane, man. If you're a killer, stay a killer, man.
Bro, this is the thing. Like, and now, like, you know, they're probably not as active or active at all. But they just want to relive their war stories, like
it's on these.
It's just long.
People in good jobs earning 6 figures plus, they still want online attention. People that were there in their day, like the guys, for all the wrong reasons, but you were still the guys, innit?
Yeah.
You want attention in this new day and age. Like, for all intents and purposes, Sammy the Bull should be hiding. He shouldn't be out and bad in the open.
A lot of them, like, you know, they say, like, you know, when you live that life, the ending is either dead or in jail. Or you just end up bummy.
Yeah. Or now you end up a YouTuber. So what's that guy, Michael Francis? He's like
a
former captain of one family. Man's got like 1 million subscribers. So you can't even say that's the two options in that life. You could end up a YouTuber.
Yeah, because like, you know, it's the fascination around those stories is what they're profiting off.
On one hand, I'm also not mad at them because a lot of those guys watch their lives be magnified in film and like literally their lives. I'm sure a lot of them are like, that was my life, that's my story. So they're like, hold on, I want a piece of this action. Because people, bro, you're forgetting in hip hop how many of a lot of our like rappers we love used to like idolize mafia dons.
Yeah,
they've all had their era. Jay-Z's had his era.
Fam, like
Nas, like they all had their era where they idolized these white men.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. And like that was.
Sorry, check that out for me, Chris. Chris just walked in when we was having a black man's chat about us idolizing white men.
Hey, take me out of this.
Throw the rock sign.
Take me out of this ass. But because when I was watching MTV Cribs,
yeah.
And they would go to their like theater room and shit. Like they always have Scarface in the back, or like them saying, "Oh yeah, favorite movie is Godfather or Scarface." And I was like, "What? Nothing else."
Scarface, the movie, did more than Scarface, the rapper, to me. Like, it was a massive thing, bro.
Yeah.
So
even skits on his first album was all Scarface based. On Jay's first projects.
Yeah, Reasonable Doubt. Like the whole rollout is like them dressing up as like mafia bosses and that, like Casino. You know. But yeah, man, like me, I don't consume too much of that content. You know, shout out to you, man, that, you know, love off these dons. Big you up.
Van said, you lot on your team.
I'm going to hold that. I'm not watching that.
Yeah. Big up your Jim Jones. I'm going to big up my Jim Jones.
And like, I grew up listening to Tupac as well. Like, so I was a big fan. So now it's just like, let the Donny rest.
Yeah, let him rest.
Because people still think he's alive, like he said in Cuba.
But that's for the
let go.
That love of conspiracy theory.
Let go, man.
Yeah.
Nah, listen, if you kill me, man, 30 years later, go get that guy, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Go get that guy. I'm getting the guy for you. If anyone does anything to you, I'm getting that guy. Yeah,
but that's not the issue here. The issue is like, you know, the hysteria around it.
Yeah.
It's not like
it's a press story. It's clickbait.
Yeah, it's
but
not
also
like
because of how
me avenging my boy, like
the music that got released after, like the Machiavelli stuff, Illuminati, all that stuff. So like it adds to conspiracy a little bit, like. And he's the son of a panther or stepson of a. So like there is stuff there where like
Tupac had a pattern, and people know that, like, you know, with patterns, like with someone that records so much music, like he was recording like at Chris Brown's equivalent level, like constantly in the studio. He had like 10 albums already at 25. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so of course he's gonna have a lot of unreleased.
Yeah,
because he went way before his time. He just knew that he was recording, and you know he was transcending into a movie star as well at that point. So like, and the content of like some of his music, it touched a lot of people.
He had socially redeeming content as well. So
you know what I'm saying?
I think you add all that into it.
So there's a lot of people that love him.
Yeah,
I ain't even gonna lie. Like there are a lot of people that love, like, and you go anywhere in the world, there's someone with a Tupac t-shirt.
Yeah.
Bruv, so many of my Eritrean cousins, Tupac, man, Tupac. I'm just like, guys, come on,
bro. Like that's how huge Donny was.
So let them have the icons, man. Obviously, when someone dies as well, like their star and their legends obviously magnified as well. Like it's boosted crazy.
These man were young, bro.
Oh, babies, bro.
He was obsessed though with the idea that not obsessed, but he was convinced that he wasn't gonna live long.
He said it a lot.
It's such a very strange mindset.
I speak life. I'm gonna be here for a long time.
I'm planning to be here for a while. Yeah, I'm saying. So I don't know. Yeah, there's that philosophy of like you speak it into existence. I don't know how true that is, but when your label's called Death Row and everyone's album is Ready to Die, it's just like
there was a lot of death in the air.
Yeah,
Born to Die, Ready to Die, life after
like,
death,
Illuminati. Like, come on, man.
Hey, ready to live.
Yeah, ready to live, ready to make money.
Born again.
What? Hi guys, me again. I'm back. You know, that's why I say Rick, I'm back because I'm here. I just need to remind you, I'm back.
Alive.
Yeah.
We love that.
But yeah, no more like Tupac albums, please.
New man.
I tapped out like the ghetto gospel stuff that he did with Elton John. Get that out of here. Stinks.
That was a banger, though.
I hate it.
That's like ghetto gospel.
You're
hate that
a
song.
supreme hater, bro. That's a classic, bro.
That's not a classic.
Don't do that.
Ghetto gospel, a classic.
I don't want to go on a music tangent with that. But that song, come on, man.
Save yourself.
Yeah. Speaking of saving ourselves, you had a wonderful time last week. I want you to give us your review. You was out in R.I.P Paris.
Yeah.
You went to go and see Usher.
Yeah, man. On a last minute
hottest
vibe.
ticket in town.
It was the hottest ticket in town, and it did not disappoint one bit. no regrets whatsoever.
You say money well spent?
Money well spent, man. Like at the end of the day, yeah, it was just one of those things that like I was just like, because it's now presented to me like, and everything is aligning together, I cannot miss this.
Yeah. You're right, Chris.
It's allergies if you're sorry.
Paying for your crimes.
I thought it was tears that she weren't there at the concert.
Yeah, so sad.
Crying at a 90-degree angle.
That's crazy.
Sorry, I'm on your side. I'll just one shot per episode.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, I mean, like, when I usually go to Paris, it's always a Eurostar thing.
Okay, bonjour.
Look at that
Oui, oui.
flex.
Just,
Bro, he's got the Mike, he's got the keys to the city, bro.
Michael's known me for a long time, but Paris is down the road. It's not a flex.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, everyone's been there.
Not too much on Vans, innit? Come on.
But yeah, like ideally, I would usually take the train because it goes straight into the city or whatnot.
Yeah.
Because it was so last minute, I had bought it like, you know, just before we were recorded. Like, and I went the next day. So took a flight and it just like magnified like to me how much I hate the whole process of like flying before flying. Going through airports and blah, blah, blah. It's just long, man. Like, and I was just like, just for a 1 hour journey, I'm having to go through all of this stuff. But it was what it was. It was an early flight. Bumped into Jazz from Black Girls Living. Shout out to Jazz. She was going obviously to the show as well, but like on a different day.
Yeah.
And everything was just like set up for me perfectly because where I landed in Paris, my cousin's house was like 25 minutes away. And where the show was, it was like 10 minutes away. So crazy. Everything was just so ideal. Get to the show now, and I just see a sea of Americans. And I'm just like, what's going on here?
How'd you know they're Americans? Like, just from the dress code?
Have mouths and speak.
Okay.
So you heard that.
That's a bit sassy, bro. What's going on here, man?
It makes sense because he said, I saw a sea of Americans.
There's a sea of Americans, but I'm within that.
So you heard a sea of Americans.
You lot are dissecting everything I just said.
There's loads of Americans. You know how Americans are as well. They're boisterous. They're flamboyant. You know, like the women were just like they're all dressed to the nines. Like they were really there. Yeah, man, boots. You know. The
Rashida boots, Mary J. Blige boots, isn't it?
Weather was great that day. It was sunny. It was hot. So you know, everyone was just like happy, excited. Yeah. And then when you're outside, like there's this big board like where it says Usher and like glitter in some sort of like glittery backdrop. Everyone was just taking pictures at this point, you know, like, oh yeah, can you take a picture of us? Like they're all in groups and blah, blah, blah. And you get into this venue, yeah. When you get there, you realize or you get to understand why Usher didn't do a show here. Because we do not have a venue like that.
Okay, what was so special about that venue?
It wasn't even like how special it was. It was just like how it was set in the show that he intended to do. So it wasn't a big show in regards to like how much of a star he is.
Yeah.
It was more intimate. It's like 3,000 capacity. Damn near the whole place is seated. And like how the stage is. It was just like, I don't know where he would have done that show here. So he came out, bro. And from that moment when he came out, it was energy from start to finish. And I was just like, they're thinking like, this man is like 44 years old,
That's
bro.
not old though.
Bro, doing that for 2 hours, dancing and singing, no background, like no studio vocals in sight, bro.
Yeah.
He's doing it all.
But he's from a different era, different level of training, isn't it? So
like I'm seeing rappers struggling to have like breath control.
They drink lean, bro. What the fuck are you talking about? Molly Percocet. They're not the healthiest dons, bro.
Yeah, so the vibe was correct, man. I was there obviously like on my own. Some friends were out there as well, but like
I love Vans, man. I had to put the disclaimer out there, man. Like, that's my guy.
Yeah, it's solo. That's not what I'm saying it for. That's not what I'm saying it for.
Just to clarify, by myself.
I went only too much in segment, you know.
People just don't know how to do things on their own, and they won't go to a show on their own.
Yeah, that's
True.
That's
True.
They will not go to a show on their own, let alone overseas. So I was there vibing. I knew my friends were in there.
Yeah.
But like, you know, we bucked up after.
You didn't go there for that.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Went,
like, you know, it was for the experience. I hadn't seen him before because I had fumbled so many times.
Yeah.
So it was impressive, bro. Like, his catalog is just up there. It's not to be like...
It's not a small boy thing.
He's not a small boy.
How did the show run with like, in relation to like the old, you know, like the classic R&B stuff, the EDM or pop stuff? How did
It was a show for everyone.
Okay.
So he kind of like...
basically.
He did like...
as he should, yeah.
Yeah, as he should. It's
Yeah.
one of his biggest hits. He did OMG.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, but then he did the R&B stuff. He did stuff like Lovers and Friends. Like, it's not his song, it's Little John's song, but it's his song.
It's his song.
Do you know what I mean?
Man.
Little
And
John,
like,
your feature, man.
He had like everyone singing along, thinking that like, you know, like sometimes artists, they'll give like the mic for everyone to sing.
Yeah.
And rightly so, people are going to sing back your music, but he really had the show, like, and how he was commanding the stage. Yeah, sometimes like he'll be in one place and then he'll be on the other side of the place, and then you look back on the stage. Yeah, it's a different stage. It's a different stage. There was a different setup. Like, so, I think when I was out there, I sent you guys a clip.
Yeah.
Right, and he had that like stripper circus type stage thing where the strippers were like up in the air on the pole, and that wasn't always there.
Oh.
So like there was a point where he would go like to where the audience was and where the DJ booth was. First of all, shout outs to the DJ, because like pre-show, he was like, he set the vibe correct. He was like, I don't care if you don't know this song. Get up off your seats and, do you know what I'm saying, enjoy. And at the bar, they were just serving champagne, bro. Like, I was just like, this is very... Do you know what I mean?
Very
like,
sexy, isn't it? Yeah.
Very je ne sais quoi and that.
Sacre bleu.
All of that. So the vibe, like, bro, it was just so relaxed. You know, like when you're in the O2, yeah, and sometimes like you've got the stairs where like the aisle.
Yeah. People stand on the stairs.
They'll tell you immediately like, oh yeah, you can't stand there, you
Health
can't
and
stand
safety.
there, like health and safety. There, like people were just on the stairs vibing. Even the security were like filming the show themselves.
No. Secure the venue, bro. Chrissy,
Do your job, man.
Yeah, do your
man.
job.
Women were screaming, bro. Like my ears were just ringing.
Did he get to like the sexy serenading segment?
Absolutely.
Because I saw Leomi Anderson.
Backed
like,
off the top. He went, you know, he walked around. I don't know who he was singing to at the show that I went to.
Yeah.
But he was just like, hey, this is part of the show. You're going to have to, do you know what I mean?
What, firm it.
Firm it. Like, I'm not here to break up happy homes. Like, it's a show, innit?
I'm here to enhance them.
Spice it up.
I'm here to spice it up.
When you get home, dress as Usher.
You're up.
in a glitter joints.
Yeah.
And, bro, he brought out the roller skates.
As you should.
Bro, it was flawless. It was flawless. The classics.
The nigga steal your girl and roll off on skates.
Yeah, that's
Nah.
crazy. That is absolutely crazy. He did like...
Is that why you went by yourself, yeah?
Right.
No.
What's going on there? Was it?
Was afraid to bring something to the situation.
Man, you want to bring sand to the beach?
The vein in your head is actually
You
popping.
was kidding me because man is so vexed, but you even had to laugh at that one.
He did. You remind me, yeah.
Yeah.
And like, you know that famous scene where he like the music stops, the song stops, and he's doing like the dancing on the street. Yeah, like, and it had the backdrop,
Yeah.
and then it had the silhouette, so it actually looked like
Cold.
Like he was doing it.
like he was in the
Sick.
video, and
That's
he did the
cold.
exact routine. What I was vexed about is that he didn't do the U. You know when he like
Yeah.
flips and does the.
Yeah.
You just said the man's 44 years old.
It's true, but he did it in the other shows. But I think he does it like once every
You gotta
two
spread
shows.
it out, man. You gotta spread it out, man. Chiropractor,
You
innit?
Do you know
guys
what?
get on nerves.
And I rate that, but it was just like one of those like moments where it takes you back in time.
Yeah.
That like, this was a song that came out like what in 2001.
I'm happy you got
And-
to experience that, man. That's cold, man.
Yeah, and it still has the same reaction when like he was doing the acapella on top of the DJ booth. Like, I was just like, bro, this is like an hour and a half in, and the mic is still on, no croak in sight in his voice. It was just super clear, then he went on to do the ballads, the You Got It Bad, the Nice and Slow, and the Burns. Like
That's when you hold your babe.
Bro. Nah, Burn is like a...
Not Burn.
Burn is a breakup.
Okay, come on.
Come on, that's just...
It's been a long time coming.
I've been waiting to get rid of you. Sorry.
Are you good? Are you good?
It's the tequila. It's your fault, man.
Yeah, man.
Like
Usher's
you've
there
had
like...
half of your one drink.
Usher's there singing "There Goes My Baby" to like someone else's babes and that.
Fair
you
man.
know, where he's like,
you just got to let them enjoy the moment, man. Obviously, Lance,
you
you
don't
thought I know
need a
you're
ring.
vexed and that, but you have to firm that, man. Leomi was in her element, boy.
she was in her element, but like, it's him, bro. Like,
It's true.
It's him.
As my boyfriend, like if that was me, I'm sorry. You cannot be the weapon that they were talking about in the Bible. Don't fashion because you will not prosper. Leave me and Usher alone.
Do you guys remember that footage of the Don that was on stage with Janet Jackson?
Yeah.
Bro, he nutted like 17 times, bro.
18 times.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah. Put another 10 on that.
Put another tape, bro. He was
You're
losing his
on fire
mind,
today.
Yeah, I hear it. I understand, man.
bro. Like, but
Live out your fantasy.
yeah,
That's when you can't say to me, act like you've been there before. I haven't.
I've never been here
And I'm
before.
never going to come back because this is one and done.
I was glamoured.
Raw.
I was like, rah, like,
He's getting story out of that.
bro, he's him.
okay.
He's him. Okay, that's
I left that show and I was just like, yeah, he's just of that tier that like not many can kind of like get to. Obviously, like this is spanning like he was like, yeah, I've been doing this for 26 years. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and it was like it was a celebration of him. Yeah. Like, do you know what I mean? Like his career. And now he's gonna like next year he's gonna drop a new album and a world tour.
Yes.
It's probably gonna be his last dancing tour though. Can't lie.
Think so.
Can't be dancing like that into your 50s.
Listen, MJ was going to try it on the This Is It thing at 50.
I mean,
you saw how that went though,
yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah, that man was on drugs though.
Oh,
For real.
okay.
At the
Rest in peace,
time.
Mike. So,
You know what I mean?
here's the
R.I.P.
question.
Mike.
Where do you rank Usher though? In the pantheon?
Timothy.
I think like in R&B or like what?
You take it where you want to take it. Like, where do you
As far as R&B goes, like he has to have that king title.
King of R&B?
He has to, man.
He has to.
Yeah.
I guess
Because the
so,
other
yeah.
guy's in jail. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a fair point.
He's got obviously like people like to speak about when he branched off into like the electronic dance music field, like that it kind of discounts it, but it
It doesn't because he didn't flop there. He smoked it.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
He
some
smoked
bangers
it
there.
and he was still giving like blues in his vocals.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like no do you know what I'm saying? Like it's like even when he dropped Climax, bro, like
I think his credit is that he didn't lose us as an audience. Because you know, like some of our artists, they go mainstream and they just go over there. And I hear it, I understand it. It's called, they put on, you know, the button up, do the flow rider thing, and they're over there, Pitbull and them, man.
Get one there.
It's purely for the bag and the music.
Yeah,
It's
and but
horrendous.
I hear it, but stay over there.
Yeah.
You can never come back. He will always be able to do what he does over here with us.
yeah. And he still prioritizes like the showmanship of like entertainment.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, which is another element to as to why I think that he deserves to be up there. Because like everyone speaks about Beyonce, and rightly so,
Absolutely.
because she does it all
Yeah.
in the same breath. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I feel like there's that equivalent with them two, like, and they both share that mutual respect with each other.
Definitely peers.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
And some of the Beehive would rather that he had won her heart than a young JZ. That's what some of the Beehive be tweeting. They were like,
and-
oh, they've got real chemistry. That's why Jay-Z said.
and at the time, like when Usher dropped Confessions,
Yeah.
and you know she was like just starting her solo career,
Yeah.
So like it's like him at the height of his career,
Yeah.
that like not many people have seen. Like that shit went diamond.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But then they collaborated in one way, like where he was in her video in one of her like first couple of singles of her first album.
I didn't know that.
The Naughty Girl video. And
That stupid hat.
What move was that?
You don't know exactly what we want to
do you know what I'm saying? And he they had that iconic performance where like she was the leading lady of the Bad Girl performance.
Yeah.
So, and they've got the song together, Love in the Club Part 2. So you can see that like
There's chemistry there, man.
Like especially around them times.
Yeah.
I don't know about now. Obviously, like she's deeply in love.
Deep.
Yeah. She's not even trying to stand up.
Yeah. It's done, man.
So
sorry, Usher.
yeah, 3 kids, man. I mean, he's got like people are like, he's got his own situation.
Yeah.
So
She's got a million kids and a positive result.
Allegedly.
wow.
You know, I've got bones to pick of you. Yeah?
Wow.
That got swept
You
under
see?
the rug for real.
You see when life is saying to you, does that person have 2 heads? Yeah. When we're discussing music and I need your input, I need you to help us break down these lyrics and give us a review. Maybe the music blogger is out here. Usher is in her neck, kissing her neck, nuzzling on her neck. You two could have been doing that. I need you to enjoy.
They were saying that, like, you know, he was trying his hardest
To focus.
Yeah.
Focus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't managing.
Why would he have been distracted?
It's Beyonce, B.
You're not paying attention. I know what Vans referring to. Yeah.
Oh, wait, I'm so lost.
Yeah,
Not
no.
I'm lost
who's
too. I'm
next?
We're talking about
Right?
Mimi the blogger and Usher just now.
Did you not see her?
Oh, the
see,
interview.
That babe, shout out Mimi.
Okay,
because
now you're
she
paying
had a job to do.
Okay.
And she fucking did it.
What job did
Wow.
she do?
She did it. She did her job. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. She did her job.
Okay.
She did her job. And Leomi Anderson as well. The focus.
Oh yeah.
The
yeah.
focus. The moves were a bit higgy hagger, but the focus.
Yeah, I had a bit. I can't lie, I had a bit of hate.
Yeah.
I love it when you guys start being honest, man. Pour more tequila, man.
No, right. I hear it, babe. Like I hear it. That she was laser focused.
Yeah.
E for effort in it. Like,
Do you know what astounded me
For
though?
effort.
yeah, the energy was there, but energy 10, execution shaky.
Okay.
I was speaking to some of the Americans, yeah,
Right.
and I was like, "Why are all of you lot here?" Kind of thing. Like he's got Vegas,
Yeah.
and they were like, "It's cheaper."
Yeah, I can believe
I was
that.
like, "Wow,
Concert tickets have gone through the roof.
bro!"
America
Like they
as
were
well.
like, "Yeah, like going to Vegas, which is in our country, is more expensive than flying to Paris, buying a ticket, staying in a hotel."
That's insane.
I went to see Beyonce in Sunderland. There was Americans there saying the same thing.
He was in
Yeah.
Sunderland.
Man was in the Stadium of Light.
Stadium of Light.
What are you doing?
Kevin Phillips and them, man.
Phillips and
I got played. The reason why I went to Sunderland because someone told me that, bro, it's all gonna sell out in
Oh,
London,
you got done with that.
No,
Yeah.
I
And
hear
they're like, yo, man, I got some Sunderland tickets, man. Take them. I was like, all right, I'll take them. Then innit?
Yeah,
Like,
when you told me you were in Sunderland, I was like,
Beyonce loves the Stadium of Light. She's performed there a few times.
Actually. Fair.
She loves it.
Yeah, I got some with that as well. I bought them tickets. And I was like, man, I was speaking to you like, right, the seats are looking peak, but we're gonna have to manage it, innit?
Yeah.
And as we got close to the time, like there was slightly better seats, but I missed it anyway. I was in Malta, innit? So
Oh.
yeah, fair.
Yeah.
fair.
Didn't
Them
work.
seats, or now you still wouldn't have seen the show.
no, my loved ones that were there had a wonderful time. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Chrissy?
they were just saying that, like, you know, and plus it was Fashion Week, so
So it's
lot
a
of
good
them-
time to be
A lot
around.
of them were just
Fair.
out there, and now that we're in this Fashion Week conversation, yeah, Usher's fits have been very interesting over the past week.
Interesting.
I saw one today, and I want to say, dear Mr. Raymond, you're better than this.
I wasn't mad at the kilt, but you see the Rey Mysterio mask thing?
It was so horrible.
The fetish mask?
It was so
It's
horrible.
crazy. Have you seen it, Mike?
Yeah.
I ain't seen nothing.
All right, we just show you, man.
Usher Raymond the fourth, you need to behave yourself.
And he was wearing Balenciaga as well. It's kind of peak.
What, when he was like in that Rey Mysterio dress,
Yeah.
where the mask was pressing down his nose,
Yeah.
even more.
Are you
No.
anti-black?
Sorry,
Are you
Anti-black over there?
Are you
It was-
anti-black? No, are you anti-black? Yes or no?
it was pressing down his nose. He didn't want to be black.
I just don't understand. It seems like the fashion guys, I'm like, is this like, what
It's
they
the
say?
worst
like,
fit
a
that I've ever
humiliation ritual? Is this like,
Humiliation king.
it's just, everyone can see this doesn't look good.
Like, you're him. You don't
What was
need
he
to do
wearing? A
this.
kilt, you saying?
So the kilt one, that he didn't look too bad in that. Obviously, people got different opinions about men wearing skirts, whatever.
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
We can have a conversation another day.
No,
But
to
sick.
Umar,
He
that was a
looked
drop.
good.
That was
He
a
looked
drop.
good. Yeah.
The only thing, it was the hat that was like you could have done without.
Yeah.
But the one that I saw
got
yesterday,
Vans come through.
the one that I saw yesterday,
Yeah.
you even quote tweeted.
You know,
it.
the
Don't try it,
mask
bro.
was crazy, bro. we all in agreement. The mask is insane. Show Mike the mask, man. No, show it to him, man. Because he needs to get the reference. He's looking at us like we're crazy.
Yeah, I can't imagine what you look.
It was,
I can't
I'll be
picture
honest,
It
it
was
was really
awful.
bad. I don't know. Like, there's fashion, and then there's that. Just like you said, people can take risks and look avant-garde. I get that, but you look ridiculous. There's actually no two ways about it.
It's outrageous.
Right?
But I feel like Kanye started this mask thing, and I just stopped.
Yeah, this is a
That's-
very
that's a Kanye fit,
Kanye-esque.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
The superhero
yeah,
boots.
horrible.
Absolutely
It's
horrible.
really horrible.
It was horrible.
But I feel like these fashion designers are just pranking a lot of these celebrities. They're like, oh, this looks so good, you know.
Don't put that iconic
you're gonna look so
chain
good.
on something like that.
Because when you see the fashion designers, what they wear themselves, more time they're not even that drippy themselves.
Yeah, I know.
When you
Yeah.
actually look at them, like they're very plain with what they wear and stuff. So that's what I find super
Did you
hilarious.
see like that clip of him? I think it was Erykah Badu, and it was someone else, and they were
Not
all
Andre
dressed.
3000. Who was it?
They were all
I know what you're
dressed
talking about.
very flamboyantly, and someone quote tweeted that they're dressed like they're about to give Batman a hard time.
Oh yeah. Just keep him on his
Batman's
toes.
Row Gallery, yeah. Batman's Row Gallery.
Mate, but yeah, fantastic show. I think he's doing his last show tomorrow or something
Okay.
like that.
Right.
But if you didn't go to see him, yeah, shame on you.
Drag me then.
Allow
I
us,
think he
man.
did
How
say,
you gonna blame me like that?
so Chrissy said in regards to the conversation I had with Mimi about her doing her job. I think he did say he's
coming.
to
Yes.
London. You can't
coming.
miss the London there. I know what you said about like the whole venue and the stage setup, but you're Usher. We
find
can
a way.
figure this out, innit?
This is just a one-off.
Yeah.
This is just to coincide with his residency
Yeah.
in Vegas. The world tour that he's gonna
It's coming.
do next year,
Yeah.
that's gonna be more of an arena/stadium.
Because he's an arena artist.
Do you know what I'm saying? That's what he is, and he's gonna do like more of a full-length set
But I'm happy people like you that actually
and
got to see
promoting
him
his album,
in
his new
a
album.
more intimate setting.
Yeah,
Because it's not going to be many times when Usher's going to be performing in front of 2,000-3,000 people.
Yeah.
Because of his level of
yeah,
stage
yeah, no,
design.
absolutely. So like, you know, there was everything in the show. You know, he brought out someone from the audience on stage.
Okay.
You know, serenading them.
God, I see what you've done for other people.
The babe that he brought out, she was like, oh, you've brought me on stage before. Back in London in
Greed.
2011.
That's the greed they warn about in the
Yeah,
Bible.
that is the greed
Are you
that
the
he spoke
only
about.
one? Is it only you?
She even brought a photo like on stage. She was like, oh yeah, this is what we did
I stand.
last
Lightning
time.
does strike
I
twice.
stand
So
again.
he grabbed her phone.
Can I
and
order
then
this twice?
They done the selfie thing.
That's
and,
cold.
like, you know, so hey man, you know, some people are like that involved.
Me and three of my girls,
Okay.
we've got, everyone knows by February 1st, you must have X amount ready for these Usher tickets. Because we're not going to dull, we're not going to lack, we're not going to slack. I'm going to be there. Yeah, front row. I need to be that babe.
Yeah, his team are doing it right, because as soon as he steps off that Super Bowl stage, the album drops
Yep.
and tickets to the world
Yeah.
tour. Like no one really
He's got a
does
perfect
that.
rollout for it, really.
That's the perfect rollout.
Yeah.
Yeah. After this amazing run,
Yeah.
like he's like one of the most spoken about artists at the moment. Him and Beyonce are about like one of the most spoken about artists right now.
Yeah.
And they've been doing this for like 20, 30 years.
I think that's where we're at now. Obviously, there's a handful of artists who are like current in their moment. People like Drake who are like they're touring. People are going to still go and see. But it's the legacy guys. 'Cause I'm sure like I saw something about Justin Timberlake's preparing for a tour.
Oh, NSYNC are coming back.
NSYNC are coming back.
I'm there as well, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I'm
Ooh,
there.
I'd go,
That's
yeah.
hard.
Because it's like if maybe you didn't get a chance to see them when you're younger, like those opportunities, you're going to go and spend the money, and you're guaranteed
Yeah.
like 3, 4, 5 albums worth of material that you know cool is going to pop.
Yeah,
and you're going to have a
they
good
just
time.
dropped a single, so like they're warming up for the Trolls movie.
Oh. Okay.
But
Makes more
something's
sense.
coming.
Yeah.
It has to.
No one really care about new music like that, but you know,
Yeah, I was like, no thank you.
if you're touring, you're going to release some
Yeah,
stuff. innit, but-
some new stuff. Like, I mean, Take That did it.
But please, I told you,
What's that?
Take That, different kettle of fish. They are mayonnaise melody merchants, top ones. Like you cannot.
You might get some pushback.
Nah, take that.
Take
Jeez.
that.
No, they are. They are.
Take that.
But, like,
Gary
Gs.
Barlow, innit?
Gary Barlow's a
Yeah.
songwriting G.
Bro,
you don't have
Bobby's
to
a
tell,
G.
you don't
They're
have
all
to tell
Gs.
me.
So what you
but-
saying then?
No, because she was like,
No, Mike, put your headphones,
That's what
man.
he's saying.
Mike, put your headphones, man. Get in the zone, man.
because Chrissy said, yeah, that
Yeah.
like to NSYNC, Take That are a different kettle of fish. And to some people, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
But to other people, NSYNC weren't small boys.
No, they're not small boys at all. However, Take That. Let's put some.
And they had one of the best comebacks.
Could anyone from
Take That.
NSYNC do music with Dizzy Rascal? Huh?
Nah, with Nelly though.
Hey, bangers.
Fair,
Yeah.
fair.
I feel like-
Man said, Dizzy, I raise you, Nelly.
I feel like Take That's got more range though. I feel like NSYNC's music was all very much within a
It was urban led.
It was urban.
I don't know how
it
we
was
got to the
pop.
point where like we're comparing NSYNC and Take That, but I love this.
These are the final conversations in life,
Yeah,
man. You know
man.
what I'm saying? Like, I
We're
feel
still
like
waiting for that NSYNC Backstreet Boys verses.
that would be hard.
Yeah.
That would be
Have
hard.
the white off.
crap. The white off.
I'm tuned. I'll be
Some
ringside
of
of
them are like
that.
50 now as well, man. But shout out to them, man.
Oh,
Age is a wonderful thing, man.
50 Cent.
No.
Say, cool down, cool down,
Nah,
cool down,
nah,
cool down, cool down.
Don't do that to me, man.
Cool down.
Come on, man. I've been there before, man. Why you not doing this to
I
me,
was
man?
seeing some TikToks though where they were saying how like Justin must have realized that he's not the guy anymore. He's got to go get into the nostalgia bag to kind of get a bit more relevant, and that maybe he's had a lot of negative PR over the last few years to do with
see,
Janet
me, see
Jackson.
those things, yeah?
And
Go on, Vance.
I mean, I think what kind of like made people fall back from him was like the Man in the Woods album. No one cared about it.
Forgot about that.
yeah, it wasn't great.
And also the revisionist history stuff. So like, see like social media, bringing back up the whole Janet Jackson thing.
Oh.
Some of their feelings
And Britney
towards
Spears as
Britney
well.
Spears.
But musically, we've always associated Justin Timberlake with the blacks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
His
Because
his
that and
like his entire success story in being a solo artist, Timberland, Pharrell.
yeah.
The moment he stepped, like, well,
I like some of that country stuff. Say something with Chris Stapleton. That was hard.
They did work on that album, but it just wasn't the same kind of like vibe.
Yeah, I
Do you know what I'm
understand.
saying?
Yeah,
Like
100%.
the last one was like 2020. It was all surrounded by blacks.
Yeah. When is
Mirrors.
when he's in his spicy
Suit
white
and
bag?
tie.
Yeah.
Like,
No, soon because Jay-Z was on tour with him like he was.
bro.
They were doing their thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, you good?
No, obviously I'm trying to adult in it, so I had like my bedtime and that. Come on, man.
Yeah, fair enough.
Twinning.
Come on.
Fair enough.
Got to be done, innit?
yeah.
NSYNC versus Take That is crazy. We got to see it, man.
Put that
Your
one
time,
back
innit? Is there anything you guys are watching in a minute you want to share with the people? That's
I finished The Bear.
okay.
Oh my god. I watched the last episode last night, but something horrific happened, guys. I didn't know it was the last episode. So I was watching, I was like, oh my god. What?
Waiting for the next episode to load.
I'm great.
It was just so like gripping. I was like, what is going on here? And then it was just finished. So that was sad, but excellent. I recommend it. The Bear on Disney. It's about a guy that cooks shit.
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch that.
Obviously, I spoke about The Continental last week on Amazon Prime. It's like the origin stories of John Wick.
It's a prequel to John Wick.
Yeah.
Starring
like about
who,
the
though?
hotel. Like
Okay.
yeah, so
Where's it on? What's it on?
Amazon Prime.
Oh, swear down.
So it's like a 3-part series, and it's like an hour and a half each episode. And the first episode was sick. I tried to watch the second episode last night, but I was just too tired, man. I conked out. But Mel Gibson's in it. He's like the Donnie that runs the hotel. So
Yeah.
like,
I thought
he's-
Mel Gibson was cancelled, man. He's come back slowly, hasn't he?
What
wow.
did he do?
I mean,
A bunch of
he-
racist, anti-Semitic
Yeah.
stuff.
the same thing, man. He was
He was mad racist.
he spread his racism like evenly across everybody. Like,
Yeah.
And he
he's
was
racist to
quite
everybody.
yeah,
Black people,
and-
Jewish people.
Yeah. And he remained kind of quiet for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And, you know,
You got to let it
he's just
simmer down,
kind
innit?
He slowly works his way back in.
his way back in. So like this, obviously, like if you're a fan of John Wick, it's something that you can kind of like get into. There's a lot of like action in it. There's a lot of what you like. I don't really have to sell it too much. You know what it's about.
Yeah.
Violence hasn't changed. Like that was the origins in it.
I said violence hasn't changed.
That's the origins. It's just that this was like in the 50s.
Oh, so it's a real like set
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like it's interesting. I want to see how like they tie it into John Wick himself.
Right.
Which they haven't done yet. But yeah, it's sick.
I haven't got anything that I've seen that I've been that impressed by to mention, but I'm looking forward to the Beckham series on Netflix. There's like a
yeah,
documentary
it's
series
out
on
now.
it. Yeah. I tried to watch the last season of Sex Education,
Right.
but it wasn't really hitting, I'll be honest with you. There's something about a show when they're meant to be 17 and they're looking like they got mortgages and they're 35. it just kind of defies belief a little bit too much.
But then like isn't Sex Education like one of those shows where like you don't know what time period it was set
It's
in, you don't know
true.
where it is.
Yeah.
It's just people existing in this like
Just open
sort of
to
like
interpretation,
fictional land.
innit?
Yeah, it is like that. I think they did that so that American audiences could relate to it a bit more in the sense that
Right.
like it's very much more like a high school vibe.
Right.
And Netflix tries to get their shows and like spread it internationally, globally. That's why like you could watch a Korean show on there, you know what I'm saying? Squid Games popped off. So they tried to make it like not too UK centric, even though it's set here.
Yeah.
But they didn't land the plane as like a series finale. Like there's too many shows that I just don't land the plane where you're like, this just didn't end right.
Right, a strike, bro.
Ted Lasso, I've finally finished it.
You finished it, yeah?
Yeah, I finally finished it.
Talk about the show for a minute.
Honestly.
Like, I enjoyed the series thoroughly, right? But then I just wasn't sure about the ending. I was just like, okay.
Was it finished now?
Yeah, it's finished.
Okay.
It's done. So, but check it out either way. It's on Apple TV. Like, it doesn't discount like the majority of like that entire series. It's just that like the ending was just,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it didn't feel like, it felt like an ending, but it was very tame.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't expecting like a huge cliffhanger because it's like light-hearted television, but I just wanted like a little bit more. Do you get it?
No, I get you.
I watched Pixar's latest offering, Elemental, on the weekend with my little one, and it is a brilliant movie. It is like, it is such a beautiful story. It's like, you know, the elements, fire, water, and how they can kind of like relate. Do you know how like
The way
Pixar?
Chrissy's looking at you, it's like land.
Do you know how like Pixar, like, you know, they can create like characters from anything. Like, you know, it could be humans, it could be toys, it could be a rock. Like in this instance, it's like fire and water. It's essentially about a fire family and this. Sorry, I'm so gutted that I missed out on this in the cinema. I can't lie.
I don't think it made that much money as well. And I heard a statement from the CEO of Paramount, because they released Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
And he's like, we're no longer doing any original animation. Because we're just people out here losing money. So everything we're doing now is basically going to be a remake, a reboot, a sequel, or whatever.
It's felt like that for a little while though.
Yeah, it's felt like that.
Yeah, I mean, like,
But that's the first CEO of a major
Actually
studio who's come out
openly
and said we're no longer doing original. Because the argument used to be we're gonna make the money on Marvel and the big stuff, and then we're gonna fund some of the creative projects.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But now they're saying wiping our hands off anything because there's no return on investment.
and that's sad because like obviously a lot of the box office is dominated by like remakes and, you know, things like Tom Cruise is still going at the age of 60.
Don't hate on Tom Cruise though.
I'm not.
I got a soft spot for Tom Cruise,
I'm
man.
not. And I watched the latest Mission Impossible and
Decent.
Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah,
I enjoyed
fantastic.
both. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so, but I'm just saying that like as in the grand scheme of things, like something as original as an Elemental, for example, like won't steal the headlines, even though I feel like it's a beautiful movie, it's a beautiful story, but it may not do as much like as if they were to bring out Toy Story 6.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, where like, leave Andy alone, bro.
Let him rest.
To be fair, though, Oppenheimer is the one example of like an original film that came out and made dumb money, basically. So there's still an appetite for.
There is definitely
original
like
good movies,
but it's all in like, I think all that attention is gone towards like TV shows, series.
Yeah.
A lot of that original content.
Yeah,
So
on platforms.
like I remember a couple of years ago, like all the prominent directors with like, you know, experience and their love for film and all of that, they went down to series because they were just like, you know, what did Martin Scorsese say? He was saying that like, you know, cinema is being ruined by like the Marvel franchise. He was actually coming at them.
Shit,
Yeah.
man.
Do you know what I'm saying?
He says it's not cinema, basically.
Yeah, he's saying that it's not cinema.
And I do understand that a little bit though, because the amount of technology that goes into it and like what it's doing, because even for the actors as well, the amount of time it takes out of their schedule and what they can't do around it. Like I've seen like John Boyega come and talk about like obviously like Star Wars, what it takes out of you and what you kind of become. You're very much attached to that franchise. People don't see you outside of that stuff, but some people are thespians. They want to do other things.
Yeah.
So you can obviously there's hate there, innit? There's a little bit of hate in it.
Yeah, but you know, like, I mean, if you're in it, someone like John Boyega, like he's obviously blessed to be in that position.
Yeah.
But then he also wants to test himself as an actor, I could imagine. Do you know what I'm saying? Like get outside of that franchise and do other things.
Yeah.
Like, and you know, like they want to be seen as like, you know, these cult heroes, like people that can, and especially the way like how actors are judged today, like, can you do this? Can you do that? How versatile are you? Like, are you the same person every role? Like that is a critique nowadays.
Are you the same person off camera? Are you Anthony Mackie when you're trying to chill out, smoke a cigar, and someone comes to they want a picture?
Absolutely not.
And the man goes,
absolutely not.
Lower these gays. He's like, he told her once, and he's like, let me just look at you closer. No.
What is your like thoughts on that?
I hear it.
I mean,
like to see
he has
it.
a right to do that. Don't get it twisted. But I also feel like
Do you have a responsibility though?
I feel like when you're getting paid £10 million to be Captain America. That's comes. It's part of the job to a certain extent.
And you're from New Orleans,
Yeah.
and there's kids that want a picture with you, like as that's Captain America.
I do understand that, but also we only get that clip, so I don't know if there's extra context. You don't know, because I see it with like the footballers where they so like the older guys will come with like their little nephew or their son, and they push him to the front with the shirt because obviously they want to get the shirt signed and they're going to sell it online. But I've seen footballers go like, I've seen you 4 or 5 times this day, or that ain't your kid, or like, like
that's
don't,
different though.
like don't. But it's essentially it's like,
It's a job.
Also, sometimes you don't know if this could. She had to come and tell the person like, yo, this is such and such. Sometimes the kids don't even fucking know who that is.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, they just want the picture moment and stuff. So that person's still a human being, and it also reminds
Is Chris
people.
Evans doing that though?
You don't know.
The main,
You don't know that.
the,
You don't know
OG
that.
Captain America.
the Winter Soldier.
We'll wait for a video to come out, innit? It does also remind the public that these people are still just human beings, and they also you got to respect people's yeses and their nos, innit?
Yeah,
He reserves the right, and I just like seeing it sometimes. So like,
it was just so like.
it's because he had a
It's off
cigar,
cigar, bro.
Hey, Mike, he was on Demon Time. Man had the cigar.
And
I would have been like, you're the worst Tupac ever. I would have
for real.
Hennessy,
The worst
memories.
Tupac ever, man.
He was the worst Tupac
That
ever.
shield back.
Yeah, and like the way he was, like his stance as well. He was like leaning to the side, like with a cigar in his mouth, and then
He lowered his gaze.
I didn't even see
Lowering the gaze is hilarious, man. You got to show that to Mike as well. Lowering the gaze is hilarious.
That was funny.
But also, it's like, imagine if you're in the gym and you're just pushing weight and someone says, "Hi, can you press computer, please?" You're like, "Bitch, I'm in the gym."
Okay.
You'd say that, yes, you would. Don't you?
Hey, can you,
Can
less of the B word?
Can you?
Yeah. The streets are rife with misogyny right now. You're just out here throwing the B word around.
Do you know what I mean? On me,
Okay.
throwing it on me. You know,
Lady.
you hate me. You want me dead,
Yeah. And you're just assuming there's a woman in that. Like, come on, man.
lady.
Be a lady.
Yeah, no. Do you know what? Like, even if someone was like, "Oh yeah, hey Vans, like I thought we were pod," I'll be like,
Thanks.
whilst I'm training,
But, okay, cool. Fair. What's the training? Yeah.
Larry,
like
imagine
mid-train.
you going
Mid-
to buy
mid what?
stockfish on Sunday morning.
Hey
That
yo,
wasn't hey yo, it was just funny.
But hold on, okay, let me give it. So with podcasting,
Yeah.
it can be a labor of love. You're not always going to have sponsorship or make money from every single episode that you do. But let's say someone came up to you and was like, yeah, I was at the live show. So I put money in your pocket. So every person who's seen a Captain America movie or a Falcon, you know, he hasn't got a movie, TV show, has put money in your pocket. It's supported by fans. So them coming up to you is not the same as a podcast listener who's just enjoying free content and not really contributing nothing back to you.
Hey, not too much on the listeners, don't it?
Shout out to the listeners. I love them, innit? Don't get twisted.
No, absolutely, absolutely,
This is
absolutely.
dope. Like, we appreciate every podcast listener in the world.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, there's a different energy when you're the kind of person who's selling a product.
Of course, yeah.
And people are paying £20, £30, £40 to go to a cinema. And then they see you in real life. They want a quick little picture.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
the Captain America example is because you're probably like an action figure, like a doll. You know, like it's a big thing in it. So I get it.
How popping was that series though?
Falcon
He
and
went
Winter
in the
Soldier.
cinema.
It was popping enough for someone to ask
No,
him
but
for a picture.
he's got a Captain America movie coming out.
Yeah, I know. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
You know.
You know, people shouldn't be entitled. I see all sides in it because I'm with you. Like sometimes a gig is a gig, but people are gonna have off days in it, and you should also allow people that right to be like.
Context clues. The man smoking a cigar. Can he just rest?
And also, I'm trying to make sure I don't poison your youth with all this nicotine and that.
What, you want me to take a
Also-
picture of your son with a cigar in my mouth?
Standing there looking like Suge Knight and that.
You got to know the moment as well. Like, so for like one of my employees, he joined Soho House, innit? So sometimes we have like
Employee.
Nigga,
okay.
you did that.
Wow.
What do you mean?
You've also got the membership. Don't
Okay,
try.
well, I guess. So
my friend.
No, but generally this is before that. So my employee, he bought a membership for Soho House, so then we would have like our company get-togethers sometimes there as well. And we just saw Central C just chilling by himself, but he clearly looked like he did not want to be disturbed. And one of my co-workers, employees, was like, "Oh, we want to go get like a picture of him." I said, "Please don't do that. He obviously doesn't want to do that. Like, and
And all
it's
said,
part of the
"Alright."
etiquette here that you're not really meant to bother them as well. She went up to him. All I saw was, Kalas, go back. Like, he gave her one of that one. Like, yeah.
So
yeah.
that-
Yeah,
It's
like
nice,
that. And
good
I was
though,
like,
but it's good
listen, but
though.
that's what he was gonna. I could tell he was gonna do that.
And Chrissy was in the corner going, act like you've been there before.
Remember that Eminem single, The Way I Am, when
Yeah.
he's like,
Yeah.
I can't take a shit. Like,
Yeah, I can't
with
take a
like,
piss without someone bothering me or asking my daughter or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
That's crazy.
Niggas are in the toilet asking for an autograph.
That's, yeah.
Men.
yeah.
I hear it.
There wouldn't be a lady in the toilet.
Exactly.
Men's
So,
toilet, so.
balls
But they'll be
go down
waiting
to men.
outside.
You're not wrong though, because it's true in that setting as well.
That's the vibe. You're not
Yeah.
really meant to bother people like that. And I
Yeah.
could just see that he was just dead, but not be bothered.
And that's why, like,
So I'm
I
being a
think
hypocrite. Maybe Anthony Mack felt the same way.
I was,
So-
there was just a random clip of Eve. They were just kind of talking about her life and the differences in it, about why she loves being in London. Because a lot of us in London, we see celebs out, but a lot of us actually just,
It's the bad vibes. It's good for something.
yeah, it's like you just can't leave people to crack on. Like,
Yeah,
most times I've
it's
been
true.
out in London, I've seen someone of like, someone huge in terms of like notoriety and just, okay, not because I don't care who they are, but it's like, same way I'm out, like, I don't want to bother anybody.
Yeah. I
And
think
it
it's
is, I don't want to be a bear.
No, but there are people that if I genuinely fuck with their art, I genuinely consume the work they do and I respect them. I walk up to them, listen, fuck with your shit, and I leave them alone.
I'm saying, passing your big
yeah,
up, man.
yeah, exactly. That's what you're gonna get.
Love.
But there are some people
They're not even looking at them.
No. The look away
they look
spud.
me in the eye.
the
Look me in the
look-
eye.
look
brother.
away spud.
Look me in the eye.
On a
That blind
Dino
spud.
vibe, look away
Shake my
spud.
hand. Shake my hand.
Yeah.
I met RS and I was like, yeah, man, my boy interviewed you on your pod, like, blah, blah, blah. He said, oh, yeah.
Shout out to RS,
RS is safe. He was very friendly.
Oh, Kaide's,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
he's really good vibes.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? I lost what I was gonna say now. But yeah, I feel like people that go up to celebrity who don't necessarily care about their work, who don't
Yeah.
listen to their music, but because of they're famous,
Yeah.
I feel like that's what overwhelms people.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think the person in my story really listens to Central C music, but they're like, oh, my little brother might listen to him, and he's someone that's known. So you
Look, I
cannot
took a
bother.
picture.
Yeah, like,
But that
it's
might
like,
be a bit of
come
clout
on.
in the house. Because we were talking about like trying to
that's
find
what
a way
I'm
of tapping
saying.
in with these kids. If I come over pick a Central C now and I say to you,
Find other ways to bond, man.
what's in your
Find other
phone? What's in your phone in that?
Find other ways to bond, bro.
Find other ways to bond. Leave him out of
And that
it.
might be the title.
Find other ways to bond.
Leave him out of it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Mend the relationship other ways.
Yeah.
Facts.
Did you not see the whole? I'm sure you talked about this when it first went viral, but it's gone re-viral again. It's this whole Jay-Z, Kevin Hart discussion about family members and asking for money, basically. And Jay-Z just keeps getting cooked with that clip, and I just don't understand what he's saying. That's wrong.
Did we speak about it at the time? Well,
You must have.
No, I don't think we did.
I'm going to send it to Vans now, yeah. Just for context, to quickly play it, yeah.
Sorry, I don't know how anyone could ever call him Jay-Z.
Oh, because he's with
Yeah.
Beyonce.
Just with that allegiance,
Yeah, wow. Shout out him.
you're looping up the clip.
Mr. Beyonce.
Oh, you got a football group chat.
Hey, yeah,
Crazy.
chill out, man. Stay on my phone, man.
Wow.
All right. This Jay-Z clip.
From that space. You know what I mean? Like you'll have people that where you come from, if you behave in a certain manner, it's not accustomed to where they are, right? Some people haven't evolved past 16. They still stuck in that place, but you evolving every year. So that may be a threat to them. Subconsciously or consciously, they kept acting funny because blah, blah, blah. You have to navigate that. You have cousins. You got to go home for Thanksgiving and people are talking to you like Kevin Hart. And you going home for solace. You want family.
You're going home for peace of mind.
You're going home for pease of mind.
And they don't give you that
and your
because
cousins
you're not
your cousins in your grandma's living room saying, "Yo, man, I got this play. I wanna if you just give me, you know what I mean? 4,800, I could make you 2 million." You like it don't work like that, fam. And you got to explain to him like life isn't like that. Money isn't free, and no one's giving out opportunities. If it sounds too good to be true, it's really. And then he like, "Oh, you don't believe in my dreams."
You don't believe in my dreams.
Their voices are so funny, the two of them together.
Yeah.
It's very hard to take them seriously, but I hear it. Like, leave me alone.
Yeah, I think people were saying that like, oh, if I had $2 billion or £2 billion, if I'm worth 2 billion, like what's giving like $4,000? Like I would just give that's like me and you giving someone £10.
When does it stop?
Exactly. A, when does it stop? And B, he wasn't saying I don't want to give people money or invest. He was talking about a family member who's obviously falling for a scam, basically, who's got some BS thing that obviously isn't going to work. And $4,000 is still $4,000. I'm not going to give you money just so that you can fuck it up, basically, and not do your due diligence and actually do a real business opportunity. Like,
I think everyone puts themselves in a position until they become that person.
yeah, 100%.
I hear that, but like, sometimes that's up for like review, because as much as I hear that angle, I don't know if there's enough in that clip for you just to come to that.
No, that's what he was saying. That I have to explain to him that's not how the world works. No one's going to give you 4,000. You're going to turn that into 2 million.
But that's not how the world works, because you go to the bank, you need a loan, these things. You are the bank and you're also my blood. So the rules can be different here. And I'm saying I've got this opportunity potentially. It may be the scam, or it may be it's forecasted with my idea that if I get this investment, I can make X amount of money. And I'm showing you I want to do something. I'm not just saying just give me money for they could give me money. And also, you can just give money. Because I would like to think if I have 2 billion tomorrow, there's certain people in my family, if they came to me for money, I would give them. Now, would it create resentment if they keep come back to me for money constantly? Possibly, but also would understand it, because Fols is the bank. There's money there. Like, you can help people out, innit? Like, yes, you might be coming to your family for solace, and I get it, because everywhere else, your life is very much tailored because of who you are. So you got the security, you stay in the best. If this is the hotel, if they got the premium suite, you have to stay there because you're Jay-Z and you're Beyonce, and like your lifestyle's so expensive because you need the privacy and
we hear your music and what you're saying.
Yeah.
Talking about all these fucking paintings,
yeah,
bro.
come
Give
on,
me that
man.
4 grand, bro.
Come on, bro.
Wine bill.
4 rags is nothing.
Yeah.
And as well, yeah, it's probably an assumption, but I don't think it's far-fetched to assume you miss a few family dues. So I don't see you that often. And there is layers and access. Even Memphis Bleak said, in jest though, he still has to go through a few hoops to get a ticket for Beyonce's show. So if you're a cousin of Jay-Z who isn't in the circle like that, bro, you might not you don't see him every Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So if I see you now, I'm taking my opportunity, bro. Run the 4 racks.
I don't think there's anything wrong with asking for the money or him saying yes or no. I think it was in that specific situation. I think he's talking about family members who haven't given him a legitimate opportunity. They just presented nonsense, and they're gonna get scammed. And I know this as somebody who gets people telling me, I'm doing a business opportunity, and it's a pyramid scheme, bro. It's an MLM.
Yeah.
I'm not giving you no investment, bro. It's an MLM. You're going to come back to me in a year's time talking about, it didn't work out, basically.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I would like to believe that Jay-Z would give money to his cousin if it was
He probably has as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
of course.
You know what I mean? But I think that clip gets taken out of context to be like, Jay-Z's greedy. He's not giving money to his family members. I think no matter how much you have, 4K is still 4K. And if it's going to get fucked up in a way where it's nonsense,
I didn't listen to that and think, not a single family member has got money from him. Like, I don't believe that, but it's just like, I think that he's been rich for like 25 plus years, right? So, and you're probably going to be the only one in your family that like has that type of money. So like, this is like his 25th year of being rich. Like, he's tired.
Yeah, that too. That too.
I'm just shooting the shit. I'm throwing stuff out there.
Once once a certain generation has gone, there's a new one coming.
Yeah.
Hey, uncle.
So can you wrong a niece or nephew that has an uncle of Jay-Z's level?
No, because they've grown up around that.
Closed mouths don't get fed. Like, you should ask for stuff, innit?
You've grown up around
and I do get someone maybe the business proposal, come with this, but there should also be a space for, now, don't use and abuse your ask. You might have one ask, so make it make sense and make it worthwhile. But people got bills, people got things going on, and you're there, and if I come to you, I might have to pay it back at the same level I got to pay it back with the bank. I have to pay back in the same time frame.
I just know that like it must be difficult to handle, because I know that you've got your family members, but then you've got the extended ones. Yeah. Right? And then you've got an extension of them. Yeah. Right.
And you might have your ladies' family who are your family now as well.
So there's a lot of people. Like there's a lot of pressures coming from people that like,
but they got the money from the house of Darion.
Then they're not even like, money. But you got the money that's coming in in a way that it is coming in ways that like you're like literally the minority. Like, how many people are billionaires, like, against the entire population?
And then a black billionaire as well. Do you know what it is as well? It's obviously the whole, since COVID, eat the rich has become a major talking point. Yeah. I think it's just that, and like every now and then Jay-Z has moments. We spoke last week about the whole so Usher got announced for the Super Bowl halftime show. We spoke about the Colin Kaepernick thing and the little weirdness with Jay-Z. He gets pushed back, bro. You're not going to be infallible.
People are hypocrites, because the same people that are cussing him for doing the deal are loving every single Super Bowl performance that he's organised to this day. Don't get involved with any of that Super Bowl shit if you don't fuck with Jay-Z working for the NFL. I'm not saying it was the right move to make, but I'm just saying, like, can we not pretend that
We
people
tuned in
on
for
Twitter chat
Rihanna.
shit.
We tuned in, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Oh, nah.
And they're looking forward to Usher as well.
I'm all tuning in again as well, innit? So,
exactly.
but I'd like to say, listen, if I have a billionaire uncle out there, come out of the woodwork, I'm not going to waste my one ask. I'm asking for the belly.
You know?
Yeah,
Uncle
yeah.
Tunde, please.
Yeah, but like,
I need 2 million.
what if it's an uncle that like you've only like seen once or twice in your life?
I'm going to
Having a
make this time I
relationship.
see
Yeah, you
you,
still gotta ask him.
make it count.
Yeah.
Uncle, I've always idolized you.
Be my
In
role
fact,
model.
when they were talking bad about you, I was praying for you.
Be my role model.
Yeah.
Like I'm on
When I grow up, I want to be just like you. Come on,
You
man.
know what? Though? I think that clip, beyond even like people asking money for nonsense, I think it was more to do with the fact that the whole outside world is clasping for money from rich people. If you're a celebrity, you're getting sued left, right, center.
Yeah.
So when you're coming home to your family, you just want to be Sean.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just want to be with people that fuck with you, that for you, and don't want you for what you can do for them. So then, like, but your cousins are there seeing you as a come up. That's tiring. I'll be honest with
But
you.
you know, that's just the payoff for being super rich, and like, you're always going to struggle with rich nigga problem. You see that conversation, yeah? That's for the group chat and wine Thursdays at the ranch with Kevin and your boys. And
Tone deaf is what you're saying for the public consumption.
There's certain conversations I'm going to have with my boys I'm not going to have on the podcast.
Yeah.
There's certain things, like I said, everyone's got different politics. When we're talking about the Peckham Hair incident, I don't care even if she did steal whatever. I don't care. They've been stealing from us for a long time.
Yeah.
Everyone's got different things they care about like that, innit? So he's not, you're right. Like, it must be tiring to be in your family setting and like, you just can't be normal. But the reality is you are not normal.
Yeah, it's true.
And what you get on the other side of that is this wonderful life. Now, if maybe a lot of us lived it as normal people, it could be tiring, but you wake up next to Beyonce, man. Firm it.
I think that's a smart assessment in the sense that like that's a conversation between two rich motherfuckers that we shouldn't really be privy to.
Did you see the set? They was drinking wine. They had
I know.
a sommelier. What
That
they
was
call
a
them?
conversation.
Sorry, what? Oh my God.
I was being silly, man.
That was a conversation that in years gone by it would have been in a private membership club or whatever the hell. Cigar smoking, cloud-filled room.
Yeah.
It wasn't content. Now everything's got to be content. That's the problem. You get what I'm saying?
Really,
Just keep it to your own thing, guys. You know what I mean? Give it to your tax
91,000
bracket.
for a wine bill.
Yeah, that was one's bill. Come on. We've got what the fuck of the week this week. I'm going to hand this over to our reading correspondent because there'll be no fumbles and stumbles from her.
Oh my God. You know, I was thinking no one's had a weefity today. I've been treading really lightly.
Mans will listen back and find one. Yeah, because we're here. Because you're here, man. We're on our best P's and Q's and that. Like.
Okay.
No mistakes.
You have to enunciate. You get me?
So this is so much pressure.
Can you?
Crumbling already, yeah?
Glasgow gets go-ahead to open UK's first drug consumption room. Cities across Scotland are considering setting up their own safe injecting facilities after authorities in Glasgow gave the official go-ahead to the UK's first drug consumption room. All eyes are on Glasgow, said Alan Casey, Glasgow's City Council addictions, I don't know that word, after the plans were approved. No, it's gone. After plans were approved on Wednesday morning by a joint committee of NHS and council officials. Oh my God. We know from experience that networks of safe injecting facilities are what is needed, and we would be more than happy to work with other cities. I'm already having questions, blah, 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 blah. Glasgow has a huge responsibility to demonstrate the concept works here in Scotland. The proposal, which would allow addicts to take their own drugs in a clean and safe environment under the supervision of health professionals, has been discussed for years, but can now be piloted after Scotland's most senior law officer confirmed users would not be prosecuted.
Thoughts?
I'm for it, man. I'm for it. They're going to do it anyways. At least let it be safe.
Yeah, I agree.
Not in public, whatever, like with children around. Like, I think Portugal basically did a bunch of that stuff, decriminalized, put safe space for addicts.
Safe zones and
it's had good results. I think countries for too long just been ruled by people who are just like, I don't know, they just want to, I don't know, the conservative mindset that runs through this country is very much just like, we have to stop it and we have to control people, we have to be tough on crime. And it's like, that ain't been working at all. So let's try something else.
You might have been doing the war on drugs since like 1426.
100%.
It's not happening. You're not winning. Can we just make it work, please? Do what you can with what you have.
I think for these people the people that are gonna benefit from this the most aren't the people like the low level, like almost the underclass, people like we don't even see in society, people that are addicted to drugs and that, and it's gonna, on one level, make a bit of humanity. You come to a safe, clean environment to do it. They say they can bring your own. You know, like some places like bring your own booze. You can You can bring your own bits.
Bring your own bottle in.
Yeah.
Bring your own bits is actually insane.
Hey, that's good.
I'm sure they'll like when they bring their own drugs, they're testing it for like they'll test it to the purity. I'm sure they will.
That might be the next level they get to.
Yeah, just to see if it's not laced in, like, because obviously like,
bad
that's how people get got.
If someone overdoses in that setting, then they're cooked.
No, I'm sure that won't happen. Yeah,
because Scotland's got a very big drunkers issue.
I've seen train spotting, bro.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
But outside that, hearing the music, like the man have been going there for a minute. And yeah, I know people like, oh, dry snitching. Like the police know you guys go there. Like, the man have been going to Scotland to go and make money for a while.
And the thing is also that there are different types of addicts. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you've got addicts that like, you know, it consumes them.
Yeah.
To where they can't no longer function and do like, go about their day to day like as a functioning addict could.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like so, I think it's like an initiative that like you can kind of like see the benefits of, because you've tried every other, and like a lot of these people that are enforcing these laws are taking the same things behind closed doors.
Yeah, very 100%. True. Yeah, you're adding to the problem out there as well. So,
do you remember that? What was that black professor who went on a
Dr. Carl Hart?
Yes, on Breakfast Club, admitting that like he had tried heroin.
Yeah,
and he basically
microdosing them.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and he said he went to he'd go to conferences on drugs, and like after the conference, people would be like, real professors would be like, oh, like we're gonna shoot up some, you know what I mean, some heroin. Opiate. Yeah. So like, what Vans is saying is right.
10 nuts.
10 nuts.
Yeah, according to Vans, the heroin high is like 10 nuts.
Hey, don't put that on me like that. Can you position it properly, please?
According to Vans, extensive research.
I watched the documentary and John was like, my first hit was like, I'll bust 10 nuts at once.
And then you say yourself, I don't want that. I'm
scared, that's
bro.
Not worth the risk.
Yeah, that's insane.
That is not worth the risk. There's certain things you stay away from.
Even with a microdose, all you need to do is once and you're finished.
Yeah, and he's been chasing that high since, looking for every vein.
Does that classify as a what the fuck of the week? That's a big news story. And like, I'm with you. I think whatever they've done previously hasn't worked, innit? So let's try something, because I still think it's very extreme. It's like, we're really going to do this. Because like, I think we spoke on the podcast a little like years ago about they did like a safe zone for sex workers up north,
right? Yeah,
in England before, and the trial kind of worked, innit? Because then the ladies are safer. You're not dealing with
miscreants.
A certain level of customer as well. So it's like, basically, it's like when we're not saying you can do it, we're turning the blind down between these hours, innit? Yeah. So do what you need to do, because it's going to happen, innit? These people, and then when you make it harder for these people, they're going to. Yeah. When you start going to force them to go and do it in a certain way,
in unsafe situations.
There we go. So,
I mean, look at prohibition in America. As soon as they made alcohol illegal, the murder rate went through the roof because gangs were fighting over the right to sell alcohol, and prohibition doesn't really work. These human desires exist. Like we have to just be grown up and acknowledge that, and just be like, yo, how can we let people do it in a safe way?
Yeah.
Now I don't want to say we've got people
that's not co-signing
running
drugs,
running riot,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, there are definitely functioning addicts, but are people that like once they are now addicts, their life is ruined, and that then becomes a public health issue as well, because the strain it puts on the health service and it is though, it's real, because we see those people out in the street and like we refer to them like colloquials, like nitties and stuff. Like yes, that kind of dehumanizes them, but those people then okay, cool. Like when COVID happened, they clean the streets up. Suddenly, these people, they found somewhere for them to be. The minute things kind of leveled out, they're back outside.
Yeah, we've seen Dope Sick.
Yeah, like
or Painkiller.
Yeah.
Dope Sick was better.
We need to figure out a way of like how we look after people in society that need help better in it. So I want to see. 100%. I want to see how it plays out in it.
Yeah,
but it wouldn't surprise me if someone like Swella Braverman, Rishi, and like they're looking over there going, tough on crime.
Yeah, but this is why I feel
tough on the causes of crime. You know this.
Tough on immigration.
Because Scotland is mad left wing. Scotland has basically been ruled by a conservative government as well.
Yeah.
Even though they never vote for Tories ever.
They're not.
So
they're
like,
not at all.
I feel they should just bounce. Get out of here while you can. I feel like the UK is a sinking ship. Get out of here while you can.
Shit sunk.
Yeah, I feel like So because they have their population has a completely different mindset to the little Englander mindset that seems to rule this country.
Yeah.
Because even watching this morning, they had Rishi under pressure. He was on the BBC Breakfast show, innit? And they'll talk because they got the Tory party conference in a minute up north.
It's nuts,
and obviously HS2 is a big deal because they say it's looking like it might not happen up there, innit? And they basically put him on the spot like, when are you going to announce like what's going on? Our listeners and our audience want direct questions and answers.
Yeah, they're saying it's crippling up there. Like would like transport up here is like of the Stone Age.
Yeah,
I'm so tired.
And he wouldn't answer the question directly. He's just basically deflecting, saying like, you know, when it was about net zero, you know, I had to take my time. I came with, you know, it was a tough decision. Something about Cleo. He was just deflecting, like talking about how he's been in regards to like law and order. But like, no, we're talking about HS2. And he just wouldn't give an answer. Even though we kind of know that once you announce, you're basically going to say it's not happening.
The wild thing is, this man has never won an election and he's making decisions about projects that have been going on for like 10 years. You just got here, bro. Nobody put you in power and you're making calls like that. Whether HS2 is right or wrong, I don't know.
Yeah.
But like, we need a general election ASAP.
Someone asked this man, what are you going to do to deliver tax cuts? And this dickhead said the most efficient tax cut I can do is to halve inflation. So the news lady was like, inflation's not a tax. And this man was like, yeah, it is. And the most efficient thing I can do is to reduce inflation. Sir.
Yeah, they get away with murder with these interviews. They just dance and dance and dance.
That one, I will defend them slightly. I do think inflation is a silent tax.
Be on my side.
No. Give the opposing argument.
No.
We got to have the opposing argument.
Mike, the floor is yours.
Inflation is a silent tax. Your money is worth less than what it once was, basically. So your money is being eroded slowly. So to me, it is a form of silent tax. And as much as I would like a tax cut, Lord knows I need it. Like, I think it isn't a good idea to do it right now. Because what inflation is there's too much money in the system. People are spending and there's not enough goods. If you give all the rich people tax cuts, it's going to be even more money chasing fewer goods, more inflation, basically. So I hear him on that one, but I do think that we just need an election because nobody has co-signed what this Brer is doing. He was elected by peers within his party.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying Keir Starmer's any better or he's whatever, but it's been 15 years. Like, we need a change, please.
It's actually, I'm on my knees.
Like, bro, if this is a company where one or two people have had the same job for 15 years and the results have been these results, you're gone. I was on another podcast and a dude was trying to talk about let's give Rishi. I'm like, bro, what do you mean? It's been 15 years. Like, bro, get these man out of here.
But then the opposing party have got to do a better job. I mean, that's also the problem as well. When you haven't got
but at this point, like, it's not even about what can you do. It's like, we need to see something else.
No, it still is though, because I'm with you, yeah. But when the alternative isn't showing that it's sexy enough, come on, man.
I hear you, but it's so bad, yeah. Like that, you can see like in so many ways how things are crippling. I haven't seen this many homeless people with a manifesto on the tube ever.
The thing about what Keir's doing, I don't know what kind of prime minister he will be, but he's basically not allowing them to put a target on him. The minute he comes out with policies that are like, he's a Marxist, he's a communist. I remember when Ed Miliband was like, we want to freeze energy prices. They were like, Red Ed. Yeah. His dad hates Britain. Yeah. Yo, don't make yourself a target is what he's trying to do. He just wants it to be the option to be Tory or not Tory. Yeah. He don't want it to be anything that you can attack, basically. He wants it to be like, I'm not saying this is the right thing to do. I do believe you need to have policies that I need to know what I'm voting for. But I can understand from a strategy perspective why he's doing that. Make yourself a small target, basically.
I just say Guy Fawkes the ting.
Everyone says this shit.
Revolution.
When's the atomic bomb coming? It's gonna bomb you as well, bro.
Guy Fawkes it because what are they actually doing? What they doing?
Volleyball's and that.
I mean, there's no one bold enough here.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like, we don't revolt. Like,
not the French.
Listen, then
we're too busy speaking about them.
Yeah,
it's true. And all their bed bugs. Ew.
Bed bug free, by the way.
Oh, so you good, yeah?
Are you not pro the Stop the Oil? What are they called?
Or Just Oil?
Just Oil, whatever they're called.
Yes, do you know what? I actually am.
Growing up, we love palm oil, so I don't know how I feel about this.
Do you know what? I never grew up eating palm oil.
Chill.
No.
It's part of my 5 a day growing up.
No.
Oh, shit.
I'm actually not involved.
I'm playing, I'm being silly.
I think this is we said it before, like, not in my back garden. Everyone can complain, oh my God, I can't get to work. Yes, there are these situations where people are trying to get to hospitals. Fine. But I think in order to move forward, there has to be sacrifice. And you know what we were saying before about community, the lack of, what these people are doing in the long run is going to benefit everyone. You as an individual, your children, your future generations. The world is crumbling. Things are flooding. Things are on fire.
East London's, they're not collecting the bins. It's getting crazy out here.
It's horrible, but we have I actually hear it.
Whitechapel was a sinking ship anyway, but I hear you.
I mean, I think that with the Just Stop Oil people, someone has to take a stand somewhere. And I think when you see people doing that kind of stuff, that could then empower someone else to be like, oh, do you know what? Yeah, I hear it. I think crazy shit has to happen for us to...